Greetings, citizens! This is how I survived 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore. If you haven't yet, I'd recommend checking out my first 100 days video to see how we got here. I made some new goals to keep on track for these 100 days. Number 1, get an elytra and take to the skies. Number 2, create multiple item farms to increase my holdings in valuable resources. And number 3, build a permanent home and market area for my villager plebs. Be sure to subscribe to be notified when new videos come out, and leave me a comment letting me know what you think of these 100 days. I'm hoping you enjoy these longer videos. Ideally, it's something you can watch while doing housework, studying, or my personal favorite, drifting into an afternoon nap on the couch. If you end up watching all the way to the end, know that you are a legend and an honorary legionary. Let's get to it. Excuse me? Kidding me? That keeps juking me. Look out, boys, the bed burglar is here. What, does it make you uncomfortable when I follow you with an axe? Just don't misbehave and we'll be fine. Hot day, huh, fellas? Oh, boy. Yeah. What are you looking at? Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay. That was a little too close to home. What a beautiful morning. That rainbow smell of bones burning. No, 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 no! You are an idiot. We should actually probably get to high ground. It's over, pillagers. I have the high ground. We're back for 200 days, and I need to remember what I was doing. It's actually been a couple weeks since I've been in this world, and I need to remember what was going on and what the plans are. Not today, but soon. A lot of, honestly, this 100 days is going to be about cleaning up the base and adding a bit more to it. I know we spent so much time on the nerds over there getting the enchanted gear that we wanted to get, and I'm happy with that, but I do think I want to do some cleanup. So like, for example, I don't know if I want this bamboo farm here. The farms will probably stay, but I don't know about the stuff over here. Oh, that was graceful. I'm also not a huge fan. I mean, this is fine, all of the villager stalls. Oh, how's it going, buddy? It's been a while. I don't know. I don't know if I like this as something for my base overall, or for long term, I guess I should say. So while this works and while it's okay, I'm actually thinking instead we might want to kind of just remove all of this, including the villager breeder, because I don't know how many more we'd actually need. There's a few in here. But yeah, I'm thinking we get rid of all of that, clear all this place out, and then actually connect to my house, probably coming off to the right side here with all this area, and make sort of a Roman market area. So that's my thought, that we'll give that a shot. But, you know, lots of plans, lots of things I want to do. We'll get to it overall. But honestly, the first thing is, I don't really know what is around my base, aside from across the ocean, because we did go that way to get to the end portal, or the stronghold, and I haven't been in that direction. I haven't really been in that direction. I haven't looked around the ocean that's here, so I want to be able to explore and see what's around these areas. I just don't want to do it by, you know, walking. I would much rather be able to fly. So I'm kind of thinking that might be the first thing that we do, is try to get an elytra. Yeah, so I say we do that. Let's head to the end. Let's get ourselves an elytra. That's going to make the rest of these 100 days a lot easier. Hello, squid. Ow. Oop. Oh, it's a little ankle-biting goober with a shovel. Why can't I hit you? Unbelievable. Get back. Get back. Why do you almost sound like a creeper? I don't like that. Now we're ready. At least I hope so. Let's do this. Should we get more ender pearls? I mean, seeing as we're here... Hey, buddy! With looting, this will be helpful. Let's do this. So, trapdoor, smack you on the head, crawl on in. And look at that. Here we are. What? Oh, there you are. Get a bit of this. Oh, man, that was close. I did not think it dropped away that quickly. Wow, that made my heart jump. actually fill that in just a bit. Oof, that scared me. Didn't need that. It's like day 2 of this video. I did not need that scare. So, bloop. Hooray. Excuse me, sir. You're in my way, sir. Excuse me. Boop, boop, boop. Didn't think this through, didn't think this through. He almost knocked me off. I was not thinking about that. Oh, why do I do these things to myself? If I'm being honest, I really don't like exploring the end. This is not my idea of a good time. I just want to find an end city, grab an elytra, and grab some shulky boys so I've got some better storage. Not to mention, this whole process of bridging over the nothingness really makes me sweat behind the knees. What do we have here? That actually looks really cool with shaders on. I don't know that I've seen it like that before. I'm not seeing an end ship though, and I don't like that. Hey guys. Ooh. Oh no. Don't. There we go. Come on. Gotcha. Thank you. I am wondering who it was that was over at Mojang that just said, you know what, this, and bear with me here, this would be the best enemy to add to Minecraft. Let's get a box and just like make it shoot popcorn at you. And then everybody around's like, oh, that's a great idea. That sounds so perfect. We're going to add that right away. Oh, and also it's going to make puking sounds constantly. Oh yeah, great note, great note. Was that pointless to come up here? Is there nothing? Wonderful. You guys do no damage. You're just annoying, and I hate it. Hello? Oh yeah, I forgot. Water kind of negates levitation. Oh no! Look at all of them! Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Let's go for it. You next, bud. Come here. Look at all the popcorn floating around me. This is madness. This is trippy. Whoa. That's actually not bad. I mean, I've already got 2 that I'm fine with, but we'll take them. Don't think I went that way yet. It is pretty neat how water basically just makes their levitation useless. Come on, come on. Nope, I need that. Thank you. Okay, I kinda wanna move on. I'm sure there's more shulkers. Like, look at that guy. Actually, you think we can get him from here? Look at that. Yeah. As I was saying, I kinda don't want to hang around here. I would rather just move on and... I mean, I got 13 shulker shells. That's pretty good. I'd rather just go and find an end ship. I don't think I brought this up yet, but I am terrible at MLG water buckets. Hello. What are you guys doing? All right, but we're going to try anyway. Let's go. Look at that. See, I told you, I'm awesome at this. I have not seen anything in a while, and I am not liking that. Oh... So that is a long way to bridge. I don't want to do it. Okay. Let's gather a ton. Let's get it over with. Alright, I got 3 stacks. That, I don't know. What do you guys think? 3 stacks of endstone to get me from here to there? I don't know about that. I mean, I've got the planks to fall back on, so I think we'll be alright. I got plenty of other blocks. Let's just... Ooh! This is about to be worth it. I didn't notice that before. I am glad I decided to do this. I did not notice that that was there. I don't feel so bad about this now. We're going to do this. We're going to finish this trip to the Outlands. Whew. We made it. Oh, and look at that beautiful sight. Whoop. Sorry. That was an accident. Didn't mean to make eye contact. I typically try to avoid that. Thank you. Come here to you. Ooh, nice. Wow. That's pretty dang good. It's like, yeah, yep. That's awesome. Oh, wow. Okay. I think, and this is just a guess, I think there might be one outside. Maybe 2. Oh, no. That was a mistake, and that could have been a real costly one. I am very thankful for feather falling. I had my shield up. How did that hit me? Explain that to me, please. Ooh, okay, okay. That's a good shovels. Now we grab the elytra, and we are no longer a mere mortal, or we can take to the skies. I'm actually not going to use it yet. I would feel much better if I had mending and unbreaking on that before we started using it. Make sure this boy doesn't fall. Hello. Thank you. Now with that, I think we're ready to get out of here. All right. Time for a leap of faith. I don't really care what's up there, to be honest. I'm not interested. I've got what I want. And that is the elytra. So let's head on back. Yoink! Ooh, yeah, that was smooth. I love it. We can finally go home. I don't really want to come back to the end for a bit. I am kind of done with this. All right, back in. Let's get home, enchant this bad boy, and make some rockets. Whee! Well, that's kind of pretty. Nice moonlit row across the sea. I'm feeling romantic. Are you feeling romantic? This is a problem, though. It can't be called elytra. What do we call it? About something for Icarus. Like, if we were going to go by that, what about, like, bird feathers plus wax? How do we feel about that? I might be coming back to change that at a later date, but for the time being, this is my bird feathers plus wax. You know we gotta take this thing for a test drive. Didn't even have to go up to my mob grinder. Are we ready to take to the skies? Yes, we are. Beautiful. This is going to make everything that we want to do over the next, 95 days or so much easier. Oh. Already finding stuff too. Look at that. Free gold. Ooh. We will be coming back to say hi to all of you. Gonna need to get a totem pretty soon. Right, successful first flight. Just went a short distance from the base and we already found an outpost. We can set up a raid farm. That's already one thing checked off. We've already got the elytra and we can move on to our next priorities. And speaking of priorities, what is it we want to do next? It is raining. Wonderful. That's a good omen. I actually do want to clean up the base a little bit. I think it's going to just make me feel a lot better if I go around cleaning up some of the things that I know aren't going to be here long term and getting myself prepared for a more permanent setup. You know what I forgot to do that's going to help with moving a lot of this stuff? Why no, Legion, what did you forget? Shulker boxes, of course. We need to move stuff around the base. This is going to make it 10 times easier. Might help keep us sane if we dye these. Beautiful. So I filled a couple of the shulkers. Oh, hey, Puss Puss. And as you can see, I got a couple 2-tree dirt. And that's because I need to terraform this whole area. I don't like how it's just a steep drop off there, and this is all kind of messed up where the bamboo farm was. And it's the same thing over here. This just does not look nice. So unfortunately, we're probably going to end up having to change around how my farms are just a bit. But I do want this all to look a little bit nicer, so that's probably going to be today. Lots of terraforming. So we'll see how it goes. And so I got to it, spending the entire day working on terraforming this corner of my base. I began by placing torches down so when I covered this area, hopefully mobs wouldn't spawn in the ground. I went pretty simple, building up the ground in layers near my tree farm so I had a way down rather than a steep drop-off. I covered the ground area and realized I'd have a nice new large flat area, potentially for a farm or a build. Something else could probably go here, and at least now I had the space. As I wrapped up, it was already nighttime, so I placed torches around to discourage any roving mobs that might want to try to take over my new area, and went to bed. Sorry, watermelons, but I need to change up the configuration over here a little bit. More pickaxe mining for you. And yes, I know, there's easier ways to do this, I just only have Silk Touch on my pickaxe currently. I removed about half of my watermelon farm so it wouldn't overhang and mess up the new vibes I was going for. I used the same layering to connect my farms higher up to the edge of the water that was lower down. I could finally walk to my sugarcane farm rather than launching myself off of this each time. Okay, so how do we feel? What do we think about this? It is definitely a lot nicer. There's not as many kind of pitfalls and places you have to fall down now. Kind of strange how it just goes straight down to the tree farm. I'm not sure I want to keep this here. That might actually go, and you know, we might actually replace it with some kind of a harbor or a place where we can keep our boats. But overall, I do like this a lot better. We can always, you know, expand the watermelon farm back out if we need to, and at least we didn't have to touch any of these farms. That still looks good to me, so I think we're good. And by the way, we never named these two. I've had them, I don't even know, like early on in the first 100 days, so leave me a comment. Let me know what these two look like. What should their names be? If a comment gets decent amount of likes, or there's just one that I happen to like, in the next 100 days video, I will name these two. Beautiful morning. Smell the zombies roasting. Alright, so I know I said I was going to work on some farms, in particular a creeper farm to use for my elytra. But now that I've done some of the terraforming and started cleaning up things around the base, I kind of have the itch for that. So I think instead what we're going to start with is this area back here. What my thoughts are about this is that we could clean up and clear out all of these villager stalls and the villager breeder and turn it into a sort of structure that spans this whole area next to my house for easier access. It's also kind of odd the way it's set up and facing away from everything else. So similar design, a little bit grander and a little bit more detail to it, but I want to move it over here and make them a house for a villager breeder, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to play around with a couple things and see what makes the most sense or what looks good, and then we'll check back in and take a look. Probably should grab some resources first for the build, and then we can get started. So satisfying. Ooh, lucky apple. Just trying something out here to see what will work. I'd like to have a kind of open pathway leading to this new villager area. So how do we feel about that? What do we think? Kind of simple. Don't know about the bottom. We might need to change that. Do I like it better stripped? Yeah, I think I do. This where the ankle biters were coming from in the first 100 days? He just jumped right over my fence. I don't really know how that happened, but mystery solved, I guess. I don't know how I feel about this. It still needs some work. Here's my concern with this. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but each villager basically takes up one block wide currently. If I were to do this with all of them, this would be spanning all the way around. That's a lot of these little huts. Not opposed to that, I guess. I might sit on this a bit and go work on something else while I give it some thought. By the way, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm always interested to see, you know, what kind of styles people enjoy and what changes you might recommend for future builds. So let me know if you like this or if there's something you would do a little bit different. I think I have a way to decrease the amount of space that's going to take up, or that these are going to take up. I don't think I need to have them this big, so I might keep this one as a first at this size and then make them a bit smaller going forward. So let's give that a try and see how it looks. I thought I heard free leads approaching. I don't think I need any of that stuff, unfortunately for you. You're not watching, are you? Alright, looks like they're looking away. I think I can get away with this. Oh no, no. Gross, gross. I don't know what happened to that trader, he was just here. I'm actually liking this. I think with a bit more work and adding something maybe a little bit over the top, overarching, this will probably work out long term. And plus now my villagers aren't going to accuse me of abusing them and not giving them enough space and wah. You guys are creeping me out. What are you watching? Okay, so I'm trying something with campfires and I actually like that. I think it adds a nice bit of detail to it. It's also nice. It's nice how the colors are a bit different on the top and bottom. I think I like that. I think I'm going to go with it. Fun part is getting to these before it burns down everything I've done so far. Come on. I am starting to get low on dark oak, using a lot of it in this, and I do not think I replanted any of the dark oak trees at my tree farm, so we need to correct that. Okay, I also only apparently have 4 saplings. I thought I had more, so this will be fun. Oh, yes. What? Why is it lopsided? That's weird. I need more saplings, please. I see you. Come on. Come on, I just need one more sapling. Just need one more. Hello? Did not help. Got 4 saplings from one of these trees. Starting to get this down to a science. Excuse me? Kidding me? That keeps juking me. Come here, come on. You are a slippery one. Get back here. No, no, no. This is for the villagers, not for you. Stay back. Not for you. Thank you. Oh, I used too many leaves. Yeah, I know. You can never have too many leaves. There we go. Beautiful. Close. Perfect. I think we're at least done with this, this collection of villager huts. And actually, wow, looking at that, that looks really cool with all the lanterns. I like the way it's lighting up, especially looking at it at night. I do think we're going to have to add some more detail to this, and I want to do some more stuff with landscaping, but for now, I'm liking how this is turning out. Let me know what you think, by the way, as we're going through this. You know, maybe just call out the day and what I'm working on, and let me know if you like it or if you'd change it around at all. Actually, you know what? This has been bugging me. The Endermen have been coming by and stealing my dirt, so I'm going to have to head up there and fix that. So much easier doing it that way than it is trying to climb up here. And I hear mobs. I shouldn't. Did I not light this up enough? Yep, I didn't. Hey, bud. Oh, bow fight? Boop. Boop. I win. Missed this little corner. A nice artificial cave. You were wondering what it looks like beneath the hill that my SPQR sits on. This is it. So now that I built it out this far, I think I actually do have one more thing that I'm going to need to do. And that was that, you know, I've got my house on that side, row of Golem villager stalls, upgraded villager stalls. I wanted to have a house over here for the villagers, and that would be essentially the villager breeder. I'm going to put it there. I need to terraform. I could do another row sort of coming out this way to make a, almost like a sectional, an L-shaped sectional. But I don't know where I want the villager breeder. I could always do it in this larger area, especially since I'm going to be getting rid of all of that, but I'll need to make a decision. Okay, so pretty soon I'm moving all of my plebs over there, and I think the first thing I want to do is steal all of their beds. If I take their beds now, then at nighttime they're just going to want to find one, and I put them in the new spot, I'm hoping that means they'll all just run over to their new area. I know it's not going to work out that way, but it's the best I've got right now. I need to be sneaky about stealing their beds too, because I don't want them getting out. That wasn't so bad. Look out, boys, the bed burglar is here. Something feels very uncomfortable about this, just going in, stealing beds. I got this guy watching me. Yeah, I'm stealing beds. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, didn't think so. Right, all the beds are removed. I think I missed a few. They're still stuck in there, but that doesn't matter. May as well just use the rest of the time to clear out some of these walls. There you go. Nice, cozy little sleeping spot, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. They can get, yeah, they can get in and out of there. That won't be a problem. Better not be anyway. Okay, it's time. I think I'm gonna go first for the farmer. I think he's the one I'm going to put in the bigger stall since he's the only one I have. I also realized I probably made a mistake. I put down all the beds. I should not have done that because he's going to want to run to one of the random ones and not into the one I want him to go in, but we'll try either way. Oh, what's wrong, nerds? You having trouble sleeping? I mean, it's nighttime. You should be sleeping right now. What's the problem? Somebody steal all your beds? He's going to go straight for my bed, isn't he? Ooh, look at that. He actually went where I wanted him to go. Unbelievable. Oh, good job. Kind of looks like a coffin, doesn't it? Nah, I'm sure he'll be alright. It's gonna be incredible if they all go exactly where I want them to go. Why are you suddenly being helpful? I'm also kind of trying to organize these as I go. So for example, I started with a mending villager, then I'm breaking. I've got the efficiency one that I want to bring now. Where are you going? There we go. Couldn't figure out how to get out of there. But that way it makes a little bit more sense to me, logically. You know, the typical first enchantments you would get, followed by more specific ones. Yeah, it finally happened. This guy's definitely going for my bed. I don't think so, buddy. Not gonna happen. Okay, where did you come from? That reminds me, they keep falling from over here. I need to make that wall higher up so that things stop jumping over from my hill. It was working for a while, but this guy needs a little encouragement to go in the right direction. There you go. Good job. Oh, good boy. It became daytime and I couldn't tell because it's raining. So instead of a bed, I'm having to tempt this villager nerd with a delicious job block. Don't you want it? It's right over here. A little further. Yep. Go on. Keep moving. Keep moving. Get in there. Go on. Go on. Yes. Gotcha. So I'm doing a bit more terraforming, and I realized I'm kind of making a safety hazard here. This doesn't look like a whole lot from this side, but if you get closer, yeah. The inspector comes by. I don't think I'm going to get a pass on this one. Need more dirt. Alright, we're going to finish terraforming, and then I promise I'm going to figure out what to do with the rest of the villager area. Ooh, I was just about to say, any baddies? Looks like there is. Where'd you go? Alright, I guess we're going in. Whew. Hello. Goodbye. Alright, this seems a bit safer, that I can walk over here without falling. And it has a nice little pool with iron and copper. Ooh, wow, does that go on for a bit? Ooh, yeah, it does. Oh, actually comes out outside. That's a nifty little escape tunnel if I need it. And bloop. Okay, so villagers, I think what I'm going to do is just expand this. I have 12, and there were 15 over here. So I think I just add 3 more with the space that I have, and then we figure out what to do for a house and, or a house/breeder after that. So I'll get to expanding. I am still hearing skeletons like every second. I missed a spot somewhere when I was placing down torches. Okay, so I think that was it. I think we have the amount that we need, and all we have left is to transport the villagers from the old spot into the new, and I can finally get rid of this row. And then the very last thing we'll be getting rid of this villager breeder, and it looks like, yeah, we've got 4 in here, so that is fine. That should be enough to start the next one, but I don't have a spot for any of you yet, so you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'm sorry. Okay, you're going to be like that, huh? It's been a while since we've cleaned up the farm, so I should probably run through this real quick and, yeah, do a replant. Why am I hearing zombies? You in here? I don't know where that noise was coming from. Oh well. I don't really need to do this, but seeing it all here grown, I just kinda have to. Like, it's really gonna bug me if I don't do this. At least it gives me more for the auto composter, so I can hopefully get a bit more, yeah, a bit more bone meal. Much better. Oh, I forgot the carrots. And this is where I'm hearing the zombies, when I'm by the carrots. I'm gonna go looking after this. I don't remember covering this area up, though, is the thing, but I must have, because where else would those noises be coming from? I don't want to, every time I'm over here, hear the, Okay, let's see what's up. This is definitely where I'm hearing it. Like I said, I don't remember covering anything here. Oop. Found something. There you are. Are you the little guy making all the big noise? Not anymore. I do not remember this, but light it up, just to be sure. Okay, looks like we're good to release the remaining villagers. I'm kind of over this, so part of me wants to release them all at once. I just know I'm gonna lose somebody. Yeah, look at them. They're up to no good. Yeah, we promise we'll be fine if you release all of us. I don't think so. Back to another night of following around villagers and locking them in their pens. Go on, get moving. Get moving. It would be so easy. I could do it right now, nobody would know. Nah, I need you. Oh boy. Should put up some torches over there. Plonk. And ploop. Yeah, I should really put up some torches over here. It's like a little mob grinder. But not now. Busy, busy, busy. Need to finish this before it becomes daytime. We're doing two at once. Let's get going, boys. Come on, he figured it out. Why didn't you? Okay, just my two Fletchers left, and then we're done. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. No, 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 not mine. Sucker. Not there anymore. Did the other one figure it out? No. Think they figured it out. Use those two brain cells and find a bed. Oh, finally, I'm so done with this. Alright, so I think we are done, at least with this portion. So all of the plebs have been moved. No more left over here. All of them in their new places. As you can see, they are all very happy. They love it. They have at least twice the space they're used to. Excuse me. And yeah, I think it's great. Now that they are settled and we've got everybody where they need to be, I get to move on to my favorite part of when I'm moving something like this. We get to tear all of this down and clean up the area, so this is going to look a lot better. I probably would have kept these, honestly, if they were in a better spot. Like, they're right in the middle of everything and facing the front. If I had built them back there originally, I would have kept them, but they were just in the wrong spot, wrong place, wrong time. I mean, yeah, it's a little sad, tearing all this down, so many memories, so much villager abuse. Look at that, so much cleaner, and so many resources. How did you get up there? I'm gonna need to move these chests too. Yeah, may as well just grab some shulkers and get it over with. It is raining again. This is probably the third or fourth time in about 10 days. I hate that. Alright, I moved those chests and got organized. I also noticed I had these signs in my inventory, and I just remembered what those were for. I want to go through and label each of the villager stalls so I know who is selling what. Alright, there we go. They're all labeled. Are we having a gathering? What's going on here? Anyway, we're all set. So we've got foodstuffs, mending, unbreaking, so on and so forth. I did have to do one here. Can I help you? I'm trying to show these people something. No, don't let me get in your way. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, so I had efficiency on this one. Again? Okay, whatever. Efficiency, but if we go further down, I have also efficiency because this is the guy that in the last video, I was trading for efficiency 3, and then he decided to give me efficiency 5, so kind of my small way of letting this old boy know that he is redundant. And then of course we have sticks and more sticks over here. That's right, you know what you're good for. Okay, so now that we're done with that and we've cleared out a bit of this area, obviously I do need to get to the villager breeder. I need to move those 4 so I can, you know what, I could just, you know, put them in some temporary spot over here and tear this down. I don't know that I want to do that quite yet. What I was going to say is I need to build them a bigger place, and it's going to be somewhere over here, but I am running a bit low on resources, so I think we're going to need to do a little bit of collecting before we get to the next one. I think we're going to start with stone and deep slate. To the mines! I'm going to need a lot of this anyway, because when I get to the point of building an iron farm and a creeper farm, I'm going to need building blocks, so this is all going to come in handy. Hope there's not any spooky, scary skeletons down here. Well, hello. Where were you when I was curing villagers for like 3 or 4 different cures in the last 100-day videos? Ooh, thank you. Ooh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Alright, so not a bad trip. Got a couple 2 tree stone and cobbled deep slate. About 6 full stacks of each with a little to spare. And then of course, you know, I wasn't going to pass up the iron and gold that I found. A little bit of redstone and diorite and andesite. Kinda neat. I might use those in some places, but figured I'd grab them while I was here. Should put some actual stairs here so I don't have to keep jumping up every time I'm coming back from the mine. I just woke up and came out. I mean, I see some rotten flesh on the ground, but I'm not sure what could have happened if a zombie got here. I wonder who, you know, wonder who could have done something about that. Who could have hurt a zombie around here? That does remind me, though, we need to increase the size of that wall. Safety first. Well, hello. And what can I do for you? I mean, part of me wants to just gather more llamas, but I haven't even named those two yet. Don't look over here. Stop looking over here. And until I get a name for those two, I don't really feel like I'm ready for more, so... Yep, free leads. Ow! Alright, so nobody tell them that when I go to make an iron farm, we're gonna kinda need to, reduce the number of you around here. Yeah. Been a while since we visited the mob grinder. Curious if it's still working. Maybe not? A couple, I guess. Hey, buddy. How many punches does it take to take these guys out? Uno. Just realized we haven't been up here to take a look at our usual vantage point, so it is looking better. I mean, you can see that, what we terraformed early on. And then over here, the brand new area for villagers. And it's a lot cleaner looking over here. Pretty soon that's going to be gone. And we'll probably build up a nicer entrance to the mine, and then we're going to build the new villager breeder somewhere over here. I might even just clear this whole area, but we'll see how we do. Now we can fly down instead of having to actually jump right into the water. Okay, so it's morning and... Okay. I need to finally get around to building an iron farm. That's the first one I want to build. The biggest question is, where am I going to build this thing? Because, I mean, we did just make this brand new space that's looking pretty good to me. I do think that even after we clear some of this out, I mean, I have the entrance to my mine right in the middle of this, and I want this to be more of a central area that's going to be surrounded by the villagers, the villager breeder, maybe a couple other things. I kind of wanted the farms off to the side or up in the air like the mob grinder. But honestly, we have a lot of space out here, out on the water, or even one of these connecting things over here, so that's another, excuse me, that's another option. Once we finish building, though, these guys are going to have to go. Alright, first off, let's at least start grabbing some materials. So much to collect. At least I'm fairly organized now, so this is a bit easier. I am going to need wool or more beds, however. You know what that means. I get to be deafened by sheep and cows while I get all of my sheep in the nude. Productive trip. Here we go, 3 beds. There we go. I think we're all set. I don't actually know if I'm going to end up using all of this, but I think it's at least what we'll need to complete the iron farm, but we'll see. We could always come back. Come to think of it, I think I'm going to be needing 3 villagers for this, and I only have 4 in here. So I won't be able to continue breeding unless I get 1 more, so we better do a little bit of that before we start. And of course, I am just too late. They just went to bed. Wonderful. Wake up. Are you even sleeping? Yeah, right. They're actually waking up to try to take these carrots. Watch this. Get out of here. I was trying to replant them and I was going to give you more in the morning. Go to bed. Alright, it is morning. Let's go make a baby. Not like that. Not like you and me. The villagers is what I'm talking about. Make it rain, carrots. Eat up, eat up. Yep, they're not even going to give me time to leave again. Alright, yeah, get to it. Success! Alright, decision time. I think this is actually the best bet. I think it just works out that we terraformed this recently and we have this, you know, just big space available. I might just bring this back a little bit more, build it out to here or so and into the water, just because I don't want it too close to my farm. I don't want it too close to the other villagers and other iron golems, and I really don't want to rebuild it after the first time. So I think, unfortunately, we've got a bit more terraforming to do. We're just going to expand this out just a bit, and then we're going to use this area for the iron farm. So we'll get to that first. I need dirt. I feel like I always need dirt. What do you think? Is this going to be enough? We'll find out. I actually need to clear all this grass, and I never use this method, but apparently this works pretty well. Yeah, not bad. Except when the water is afraid of the grass. Like, you can only go those 2 directions. You can't go this way. What about over here? Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. I guess this isn't perfect. It's kind of scared of grass. This needs to go. Oh, boy. Gotcha. Alright, I don't really want to be out here anymore with the thunderstorm, so we'll come back and finish in the morning. That's mostly done now. I just want to clear out this kind of random dirt and weeds and trees and stuff like that. While I'm working on that, I'm curious what you think about some of the changes I made in the style of this video versus my first 100 days video. In particular, the live narration and these cinematic shots. Is it an improvement? Or did you like the full voiceover and first-person view throughout, more in the last one? Let me know in the comments. Alright, look at that. That is not bad. We've got a very large area here now, so I think if we build it somewhere further back here, I'm not too worried about being too close to them. And once we clear out those, I think the mob cap will be pretty good. So this is going to be where we're building our first iron farm. First, I need to get organized. Alright, it's getting late in the day, so we'll probably prep the area and then get started on it tomorrow, but I at least got all my materials over, and we'll just mark out a spot that we want to start with, and then we will get started. I missed one. Kind of a waste of a rocket, but whoa, whoops. I landed on the wrong tree. A waste of 2 rockets. We got there in the end. I began working on the iron farm by building a stairway up about 12 blocks off the ground to ensure that iron golems wouldn't spawn on the ground. I then began building out the 3 chambers that would hold my villagers. You need villagers to get scared, of a zombie in this case, in order to spawn iron golems. I went around enclosing the villager platform and creating a spot in the middle to trap my lucky zombie. I used glass so we could watch the fun and essentially see these villagers getting scared of the zombie anytime that we needed to, but also to check to make sure everything was working. Nearly night and nearly time to abduct a zombie. So we're gonna need a name for the zombie to make sure that it doesn't despawn. I like it. I think it's got a nice ring to it. Right, anytime now. Hello? Any zombies that want to be trapped for life? Or for unlife? I hear a skeleton. A couple, maybe. I don't need you. Oh, hello, friend. Not you. Not you. But yes, you. He wants a hug. Alright, let's go. I really can't help my popularity. This is just like every day for me. They just follow me, they walk around right behind me. I can't do a thing about it. You're going to enjoy eternity in my iron farm. Bit more, bit more. This way. It's learning. It knows how to climb stairs. Yep, there you go. Look at you. Ready to stay there for eternity. And now you have your name too. You're so happy. Can't even see that. Enjoy the rest of your unlife in there. Please subscribe the zombie. Ow. I'm pretty sure the trapdoor is going to stop him from getting burned in the day, and he is standing in water. I'm going to try it. I would typically like put some dirt over this or something, because that makes me really nervous, but that actually wasn't that hard, so we could always do it again if we need to. Tomorrow, we get to get the villagers. That's going to be fun. You know what I should have done before I went to bed and started the next day? I should have broken some beds in there and trapped these villagers in boats, so I didn't have to struggle with it today, but we'll see how we do. Who's our lucky first? Thank you, sir. Oh. Hello? Ooh. This is close proximity. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this without... You had to do this to me, didn't you? And you're okay with this? Why are you looking at me too? Unbelievable. Okay, I guess we're getting more llamas. We're gonna do this, though. I had a plan, and you just had to come in and ruin that plan, didn't you? It's right as soon as I get this guy in the boat, you have to come and ruin it. Not really sure what I can do here. I think I just have to break the boat. Alright, let's at least use this time to get the villager over there. You're going for the wrong job block, aren't you? Of course you are. Alright, let's keep going. So what I'm hoping is he'll just follow the job blocks up there, and we'll be good to go. Yes. Let's start with the hardest one first. Right, don't... Oh, great. You're gonna... There we go. Alright, look, there's another one up here. You know you want it. Come on, come on. Surprise! Don't worry, you're gonna love it here. That was easier than I expected. Oh, hello, friend. Forgot to even look at what his trades were. Oh well. Kinda thinking I don't even need the boats. And there's 4 of you still, so I take 2 more, 2 left. I think we'll be good. So who's next? Ooh, a volunteer. Oh no. 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 Okay. What else is left? This one. Yep. You got more. Okay. Yeah. Let's just, waste the remaining blaze powder I have in here. Perfect. You're gonna make me remove every job block in my entire place. Yep. Back this way. I mean, we knew it wasn't gonna just be easy with all three. Somebody had to make it difficult. Yep. Follow the delicious job blocks. Let's go. Don't worry, buddy. I'm bringing you a friend. What, does it make you uncomfortable when I follow you with an axe? Just don't misbehave and we'll be fine. There you go. Alright, one more. What, you don't want the one that's up there? I placed it just for you. Your brothers up there did fine. Can't really expect much more from uneducated plebs. There we go. Alright, so we got all three in. Now we're ready to start building the spawning platform. After we place our job blocks that we had to remove. I love working with villagers. Now that my plebs were all in place, as well as the zombie, I got to work on the spawning platform. This is the area where iron golems will hopefully spawn. I surrounded the platform with walls to ensure they didn't fall off at the wrong point, and then placed down water to push them to the end of the platform where they would fall to the ground. The signs I placed are to block water from spilling over the edge. I think I did something wrong. Yeah, it's not supposed to look like that. Here we go, problem solved. With the accidental leak plugged up, I started working on the final portion, the collection area on the ground. This consists of hoppers feeding into a chest, and more signs to hold lava up off the ground to ensure it wouldn't burn up the iron drops. I'd also like to add that this is a 100% original build I came up with all by my own self. But hark, I hear you saying, but Legion, I've seen this exact same iron farm in about 100 other YouTube videos. You clearly used the same one. And to that I say, you are certainly entitled to your opinion, and may in fact be correct. It's time for the secret ingredient. Melted cheese. Alright, it's time to see if this thing works. I do really like this setup, and it looks nice. I think I lined that up properly. I really hope when the iron golems fall, they can't, come out too far and hit over in this area. But I think it looks good. Really, all that's left is removing the temporary blocks so that the villagers can see the zombie, get scared, and start spawning in golems. Let's get rid of this so they can actually fall. And then I think the last part of this is just breaking these blocks. Right, you all look pretty scared. Oh, wow. That works fast. Look at that. I didn't even clear out the guys over there yet. Whoops. Alright, did it work? Yeah. Tasty iron ingot. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it wasn't incredibly difficult to build, and it started working immediately. We'll have to see what... Oh, come on. We'll have to see how quickly it works. Oh, speak of the devil. That is... Yeah, that's pretty fast. That's not bad at all. The only thing I'm curious about is if I'll be able to be doing work over there, and if it'll still spawn. I guess I could turn my simulation distance up a little bit, but I'd prefer not to do that for the sake of my computer. Get rid of all the temporary blocks, and then we're good. So it's official. We have our first farm, and it's producing iron at a very nice rate. I am happy with that. Sorry, buddy. Basically just, goods to me now. I just keep watching it now. I'm kind of just fixating on it because I really like seeing the golems spawn in and then fall into the cheese. There he goes. Boop. Yeah, I love this. I don't know what that says about me, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Alright, mission accomplished. We can check that one off, and I think that kind of means we're going to have to move on to the creeper farm next. I just don't know if I'm ready just yet. Actually, one thing we forgot to do, we need to clear these guys out. Yeah, there's too many. I did, however, use my lava at the farm, so I need to go get some more. Not that I'm going to use it on them. I'm just going to see my lawyer so that we can evict them legally and without violence. Yeah, the lava is just for a science experiment. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Butterfingers, I really am sorry about that. This is an unfortunate situation. I don't know how this happened. And that's more unfortunate. Oh, come back here. Hot day, huh, fellas? Oh boy. Yeah. What are you looking at? Ah, beautiful morning. So when I was watching those big dudes over here just kind of walk around on fire, a thought occurred to me. Now that this is done, and it's kind of just a long line of new villager stalls, new and improved villager stalls, this looks a bit weird to me that it just kind of stops here. So what I was thinking is we could probably continue the top of that all the way across and add some more subtle support beams. I don't want this full wall going the whole way, because then the only way to get to the stalls would be through my house, and I don't want to have to go all the way around just to get to these guys. So real quick, before we do anything else, I'm going to add a bit to this and then see how it looks. Ooh, good news is that still works. I was pretty far away and it was still working. I've seen some people use a mod where when you take out the bottom of a tree, the whole thing just kind of explodes. What are your thoughts on that? Is that cheating? I mean, it kind of just speeds things up because you don't have to go through and destroy everything manually, but it kind of seems like the easy way out, so I'm really curious on your thoughts on that. If I were to use that, would that be considered cheating, or, you know, is that legit? Alright, I collected some dark oak, so we can get to work on this now. Huh. Thought it would take more. It already kind of adds a nice effect over here. I like the shadows that it's casting. No. There we go. Perfect. Something like that. Does that look weird? Is that nice? Can't tell. Or that? I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I like it. I'm a fan of this. I think it adds a lot to the area. The only thing that I don't like is now you can't really see the campfires unless you're up close, but I'm okay with that. I think it's all right. All right, so that took a little bit of time. Let's see how the iron farm is doing and you know, how much it's producing. Hey fellas, having a fun time being terrified? Oh wow, that is not bad at all. Nearly 2 stacks in just, you know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I am a fan. Oh, hello. Yep, that does not get old. So I do want to take a look at this at night and see how it looks then, especially because of the lanterns. I think it's going to look great. But the other thing that I'm thinking now that we're out here is I do have a thought. I have an idea of what I want to do with this area, and it kind of works in the villager breeder that I'm planning on building. But to start that and to plan it out, I do think we need to get rid of this and move any villagers that are left in there. So I'm thinking what we do is we just maybe get them in boats and put them off to the side somewhere, and then we can go and grab them when we actually need them. So that is going to be my next task. Yeah, and there's only 2, so I don't think this will be bad. Right? Don't look at him. Stop whispering to him. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, where to keep these guys? What do you think? I don't know. I mean, I could just leave them right here by the farms. It's lit up. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, time to go join your friend. There we go. See, look how happy they are. Surely I won't forget them here for like 50 days. What are the chances of that happening? And now we just have to clear this area out. I'm really glad that I'm getting rid of this finally. This has been an eyesore. There we go. Easy as that. Boop. I would clear this out and clean that up a bit, but I'm actually planning on covering this area up so that it matches that level of the ground. Plus, I think it'll be neat. It's like something we're leaving for future archaeologists to find. And this is where villager nerds used to do their farming and breed. What is going to be a problem is when I get to the mine, because what am I going to do? Raise it up here, and then I would have to raise the roof. I would have to change the structure a bit, raise it up a bit, because if I raise the ground level here, I'm probably going to end up bonking my forehead against that every time I go in, but let's just start and see where we end up. Wow, you scared me. You just going to spawn right next to me? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I am kind of sick of, you know, getting free leads. It's not even worth it to me. You just wander around a little bit, and maybe if you annoy me enough, I'll come visit you again. Or if you keep doing that, walking in front of me when I'm trying to work, that's a good way to get taken out as well. It doesn't look great, but I think it'll work. I'm at least going to be able to get down pretty easily. I may change that someday, but it is not this day. What? Oh, those? Yeah, no, I purchased those legally. Oh. That is unfortunate. You want to take a swim, bud? Okay, so I say that we actually finish this up. I don't like how it... You guys mind? Now you decide to work. Yeah, when I'm trying to talk. Anyway, yeah, I don't like how it's up at one level there and then it kind of just drifts down and gets a little bit janky here. So I think that's what we're going to do today is finish this up, make it probably up until right about where the nether portal is, and just make it consistent so that we've got that clear area to finish up some of the builds that I have in mind. So let's get to it. Would you stop it? I have never seen this before. A broken music disc? I did not, though, that that was a thing. Interesting. This thing is working like crazy now. It has really never worked that well, and now, I don't know, is it because I cleaned some of this stuff up? But it's just nonstop. Alright, whatever. Let's get to it. Hello. Do you mind? Oh, thanks. I didn't think that would work. Okay, now you're pushing your luck, buddy. Ooh, that was a close one. We'll call it 3 strikes, see how he does. I may actually run out of dirt. Now that is pretty cool. Look at that, scared villagers in the sunlight. Wouldn't it be nice if this was real? Like you could just start running, you could find a place like this, have this as your view from your backyard, and just, you know, build up your own little society. You're kind of the owner of everything. But no, we get to do it in the virtual world. Oh no. No! I am out of dirt. You know what that means. I call upon your power, Scooby-Doo. If you don't remember, that was the shovel from the first 100 days. Scooby-Doo the shovel. Ruh-roh! Collecting dirt is so difficult. Like, this takes a long time to mine every block, or dig every block, whatever you want to say. I wish it would let you destroy these blocks a little bit faster. Like, this just, you know, this doesn't keep up with my fast-paced lifestyle. Scooby-Doo is taking a beating, though. I'm going to have to mend this up afterwards. Here we go. Full inventory of dirt. And a little bit in the shulker box, so I think we'll be good for a bit now, at least. Oh, farmer. Heal my shovel, please. Here, I need you. Come on. There we go. Alright, we'll do some more tomorrow. Could always use more lanterns, and I don't exactly need to keep the emeralds. No more of you have lanterns. There you are. This is personally my favorite way to mend up tools and armor, is just doing a bunch of trades to get the experience, unless we made an Enderman farm. That is a thought that I have. I think I do want to make an Enderman farm and get all those delicious XP orbs. Getting close to completing this. I'm kinda getting sick of terraforming. I was like, why is it getting dark? And yeah, that's because the sun is being blocked by my mob grinder, so that's fun. We're so close to finishing this terraforming, but I think I need a quick break. Hiya! Yeah, I bet you thought I was gonna let him get away, huh? Whew, much better. So, bit of an issue. What do we do with our boat plebs? There you go, problem solved. Like, sweeping Cheetos under the rug or something. Alright, what do you think? Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. Now I can officially say we have a nice, consistent, flat area, which is great. I think the plan from here is to start working on what's going to go in the center of all of this big area, which is going to be essentially a circle. At least that's my plan. I'm terrible at making circles. I'll have to figure that out. And it's going to be, you know, basically a central area where we can start working on the house for the villager breeder, and also potentially a water elevator. I have some future plans with that, but we'll see if that works. But first, we got to just start working on that central area to kind of plan it all out. You alive in there, boys? I'm trying to count out the space I think I'll need so I can try to plan out this circle. For whatever reason, I think it's a lot more distance this way than it is that way, which seems counterintuitive to me. I thought it was the opposite. Before we end the day, I am curious how much iron we've been generating over here. That is not too shabby. I like it. Haven't tried to do this yet, landing on the mob grinder. Ooh, that was smooth. Okay, so those 3 dots, that's 25 blocks from here to there, and 25 blocks from here to there. So that's what I'm thinking. A circle that surrounds about a 25 block radius? Yeah, radius around this point. I am shocked that I got that right the first try. Let's have a look and see if it's right. Not too shabby. I think that will work out just fine. Like it, like it. Hello, creeper. Hello, creeper 2. Creeper 3, 4, 5. Wow. And 6. It's a creeper day. All right, it's that time. We're gathering some materials to get started on that little, let's call it the courtyard area. That circular courtyard. Okay. I'm not exactly sure. This is going to be me experimenting a little bit, but I'd like it to sort of recess or go down a level or two as you get into the circle, which I realize that's very kind of counterintuitive considering I literally just finished terraforming a ton of this and now I'm just going to be taking it back out, but that's just the way my brain works. I mean, plus we're going to get a ton of our dirt back, so that's something. I think I want to use slabs. Probably gonna save me some materials long term. See where that gets us. I'm just testing a small portion here because I don't want to start doing the whole thing and then realize I don't like it. So let's see what we can do with this. Small benefit too with the slabs, we may not need to light it up as much because the way I'm placing them down, I believe that mobs cannot spawn on it. So small bonus. Hey, we unearthed that spot. The archaeological dig spot with the villager nerds. I didn't think I'd be the one finding it, you know, almost immediately after it was covered up. You guarding my box for me? Appreciate it. We were having good luck for a while, but of course it couldn't last forever. Rain's gonna happen. It's alright. Oh boy. Sprung a leak. Yeah, you see what I'm thinking? You picking up what I'm putting down? Thinking it comes down 3 levels, and I just don't know how it's going to work when we start taking turns on the circle, but I think I want to try this. The only thing I'm not sure about is if this middle layer should be deep slate instead of stone. But honestly, I think that would just look weird, almost like a big target from the air. So I'd rather do it this way, and then maybe add some decorations after the fact. Alright, I want to look at this from a higher vantage point. It seemed to go really smoothly, and that means I probably messed something up, so I'm going to be shocked if I got this right. Whee! Oh no. I missed. Ooh, I could even do it from a higher vantage point up here. I mean, I think that's right. I think it's looking alright. So we do that all the way around, and then we've got a big area in the center that we can decorate, and I might do a little bit more on the edges as well. Obviously, there's going to be more changes, but I just want to at least get this design all the way around so that can be, you know, kind of the base, what we have to work with. You probably notice a glaring problem just like I do, and that's that the mine is right in the middle of this thing. So either that's going to move, or I'm going to make it part of the design. I am not sure which one yet, but we are going to figure that out as we go. So much dirt. In case you're wondering, yes, I do feel very silly that we just spent lots of days terraforming and placing dirt down, and now we're spending lots of days just digging it right back up. Feels kind of pointless, doesn't it? You love it. Oh, making progress. Alright, we made good progress. I'm going to call it a night, but tomorrow I think we better play it safe and heal up Scooby-Doo before we go and do the other half of this. Alright, time to go visit the trade monkeys. Hey friend, got some experience orbs for me? Thank you. Haven't seen my stick boys in a while, but I did bring some goodies for you. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't go nearly as far as the produce does. That's kind of why I never visit them. Feel free to refresh those trades anytime you want, my guy. Thank you. Don't you worry, Scooby-Doo. I wouldn't let you break. Okay. Woo! That was a chore. That was about 3 days of digging dirt. But we got there in the end. Plus, if we need to do any more terraforming, now we're not going to have to collect anything. I think we've got ample supplies if we need it. Okay, so now we just need to carry on this pattern all the way around, but actually we're a decent amount of the way there. Maybe, I don't know, 40%, 35%? Shouldn't be too bad. Now I am worried about running out of stone, however. Oh, you doing some work last night, big guy? Good job. Alright, are you guys ready? Ta-da! I'm impressed with myself. I think that turned out pretty good. Oh no, never mind. I thought I messed up. That's just stone under the ground. It's obviously not done yet, but this is the sort of general shape, and it's all done now, at least for the foundation. So we're gonna work on some stuff in the center. We're gonna make basically a kind of an entrance to each area. So we've got the villager stalls over there, my barn on this side, not even kind of planned out. It just worked out really well that way. Over here is where we're going to end up building the villager breeder. And then this way leads to the nether portal, which is a bit off, which kind of bothers me. I may just remake it, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out, and we're gonna keep working on it. Hooray! Nice. I did a lot of Scooby-Doo healing, so I should probably actually harvest what I can over here. What happened here? I'm pretty sure I had an actual pumpkin stalk there. I didn't think it could do that. I'll take care of that in a second. I needs me my beetroot. Just don't be alarmed when you sit down on the toilet. Beetroot is not blood. Handy tips from Legion V. And seeing as we're here, give me that XP. Look who decided to come into my house. I don't think I have any fish, do I? I do not. I mean, you're kind of already here. I don't know that I need fish. I shall name you Maximus. Okay, so I'm pretty happy about the progress that we've made here with the courtyard. Obviously, we're not done yet. There's going to be a lot of work done to the center of this. I'm going to build out some entrances and, you know, some additional details in here. But I'm going to take a bit of a break because I've been at this for a while. And a part of that is going to be gathering some materials I think I want to use for the remainder of this. And one of those is glowstone. So you know what that means. Honestly, this doesn't worry me as much anymore because we've got the full enchanted gear, you know, both the armor and the weapons. And I do have an elytra, so that should be pretty good to get me out in a pinch if I need to, but enough of that. Let's go on the hunt for some glowstone. Really, seeing as we're here, well, hello. It's a healthy collection. Actually, wow, there's a ton up here. Where to start? I think I'm gonna go for the biggest one I see here. Not that size matters. The unfortunate part of this trip is that I might come back and find that I am blind. I think it's the shaders. These seem a lot brighter than usual. It's not bad at all. 51 from that one thing we just got. Honestly, I think I lost a couple with that one. Tried to build this out a little bit so that they wouldn't fall down, but yeah. I don't think I care enough to go down there for one. Alright, I did a bit of collecting, nearly 2 stacks, and a couple mistakes. I used the wrong pickaxe, but I think we'll be good with that as a start. But you know what else might be nice since we're here? Actually, 2 things. Oh, hello. You kind of interrupted what I was about to say. And that's not really going to do much for you, unfortunately. Only one of you, huh? What happened to your friends? Big Shot thinks he could take me on solo. Anyway, what I was saying, I think I want some of this. Is it basalt, right? I think that's what this is. Yep, basalt. I honestly don't know if I'd ever use this, but I kind of just want a little bit of each block, just in case I do think it would, you know, add to one of my designs or something like that. Oh, that was a close one. Ow. I'm really glad that this does almost nothing to me now. Almost nothing, but it's not nothing. I am clumsy. Actually, quartz too. I really didn't spend a lot of time in the first 100 days collecting any resources from the nether, so while I'm here, I'm just going to load up. So just in this spot, I was able to get some glowstone, a little bit of magma blocks, basalt, blackstone, and nether quartz. A couple other random things, but there is one other thing that I had in mind that I think would be nice. So this is leading us back to the nether fortress down there, but I did see this guy. Don't know if he's gonna let me pass. None shall pass. Yeah, I didn't think so. Don't do it. Ooh, one shot. So anyway, yeah, we're heading back. I do think I want to collect some nether brick. I think that would be a cool thing to have on hand, just in case I want to use it to build. So, I mean, we may as well just kind of clear some of this out, or maybe go down first, and then we can clear some down here. That might be a better idea. I'm sure they're not gonna need any of this stuff. Who's they? Who am I talking about? The Wither Skeletons or Ghasts? Who actually, like, owns this place? Hello, I'm not gonna touch you. I am not ready to get swarmed right now. I am hearing Blaze spawn, and I think it's right above me, so we're gonna have a fun time with that when we go up. Okay, that is super loud. I have to see what's going on up there. Hello? Don't even see any. Whoop, there you are. Oh boy, okay. Oh, and on both sides, this is fun. Okay, tactical retreat. That's a lot. Yeah. Not so spicy now, huh? Okay, I guess you are. Spawning in faster than I can take them out. Ow. And just for good measure... Give me a break. I'm not even over by your spawner anymore. I think we're done. We had a productive trip. We are heading home. And now we get to take the broken nether portal back. Not broken like it's broken here, but you'll see. Comes out in the wrong spot. This is not my base, as you can clearly tell. I don't know if I've mentioned that in this 100 days yet, but in case you haven't seen the last video, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I built another portal at my base, and then it comes back and opens up into some random underground cavern. So I had to build a stairway all the way back up to the top. Let me know in the comments if you know any way to fix that. I'd love to be able to just leave the nether and come right back to my base without having to do this. And when we emerge, we are in the middle of the ocean. On a rainy day, apparently, so that's lovely, but as you can see, at least we're not too far away from the base. Well, hello. I like how from this angle you can tell that it's kind of cheating with the land here. It's just a fake. Ooh, dolphin. I haven't seen any of you yet. And I got the boost! Woo! Nice. Need to drop off and sort all of the goods we got from the nether. This was a mess. I'm trying to do some work to make my nether chest a bit more logical, I guess you could say. There we go. Doesn't that look much nicer? Just, you know, easier on the eyes and easier to find things. So you know how we just left the nether? We're actually heading right back in there for a little bit. I forgot that I need some soul soil or soul campfires. Excuse me. Wow. Interrupting a guy's monologue, that's low. Not to mention spawn camping. Anyway, when we get to the point of building our creeper farm, I'm going to need to make some soul campfires, and I don't have any soul soil, so we're going to grab some of that, and if we can, we'll grab some more soul sand as well, just in case. You never know. We're probably going to need it at some point. I actually don't know where to find any of this stuff, though. We're just going to go looking around. One would think it would just be exposed somewhere to, you know, easy to see place somewhere. Heading back by the nether fortress because this is kind of a wide open area. I think this might be our best shot to find something. Since we're here, I mean, as well. Ooh, we found another blaze spawner. That's fun. There's the original one back there, and there's one just kind of buried underground, which is a bit strange, but, you know, whatever. We've done a pretty good job of avoiding ghasts so far, but I do hear one, and I'm not sure where that's coming from. This place is massive. This is nuts. Hello? Ghast? Where are you? Oh, I see you. Alright, I guess he does not want to play right now. Okay, I think I see some down there. Is that soul sand or soul soil? I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to head down there, though. Yeah, I kinda hate to do this. I was digging down a bit, and this is the next, you know, kind of logical step. I have to get down there and then build my way back up, but I am kind of just guessing I'm going to jump into a bad situation, but, you know, nothing else we can do. Ooh, anybody? What? Okay, you know, that could have been worse. There's nothing really around. I'm still waiting for something to jump out at me, but we'll see. Still hear that ghast, by the way. Hey, buddy. Ooh, there are two. Oh, man, I'm terrible at this. Ooh. No, you can have it. I don't want it. I don't want it. No. Not interested. Thank you. No, thank you. Come on, I just want the achievement. At least get closer. Okay, let's heal up. We're gonna try again. Hit it with a golden carrot. Maybe that'll work better. Come on. Now he's not even shooting anymore. Okay, so I guess the game is over? Or let's not forget why we're here. And we're not here for quartz, but, I mean, it's here, so... Alright, my favorite thing. Gathering resources right next to lava. Yeah, this is soul sand. And that's great, but I do need soul soil. Should probably try to remember where I came from, too, because I'm not going to be able to find my way back. We're going to look somewhere else. I was not having any luck down there. Okay, we're going to try this again, huh? Great. I have 16 rockets. I'm kind of worried about trying out the elytra route, but that might be the best way to go. Alright, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to try it. Anything? This? I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so there was some, just not close. Excuse me, what was that? Oh. Hey man, I'm just trying to collect some soul soil. And hello to you too. Anything for me? I didn't really want that, but okay. Let's get a lot of this, just in case. A stack or two ought to do the trick. Okay, I think we are more than good. And I believe we came from that way, at least I really hope we did. But we're about to find out. I am kind of wishing that I wrote down coordinates. This was maybe not my, like, brightest decision. Okay, this looks familiar. I think that's where we were fighting the Ghast. Yep, torch. Okay, we're safe. Whew! Everything was looking really the same over there, and I was pretty sure that I just got myself lost. Okay, we are good. And now this time, we're really heading back. We're surely not going to have to come back a third time. Actually, put back on the moob plate. Safety first. Okay, so now we're back for real, and now I need to do a little bit more prep work for the creeper farm. There's a couple more things that I need to collect, and I don't actually need to go to the Nether for those. In the past, I've tried a creeper farm that was up on various levels, and it would have these dispensers that used water with redstone to push them out at intervals, and it just didn't seem to work the right way for me. So this time I'm going to try something a little bit different, and it is a new build to me. I've never tried it before, but we're going to see how it goes, and hopefully we get lots of gunpowder. Now, one thing that I am going to need that I do not currently have is snow blocks. So that means today we are going on an adventure. Oh, hello. Bloop, bloop, bloop. They wanted to give me extra rockets. Off we go. So we need to find a snow biome somewhere nearby. Is that one right by my base? It's not a biome, but I mean, that's snow, right? Yeah, this is pretty close. This did not take long. Like, my base is right there. All right, easy enough. Whoa, forgot about that. You can freeze apparently. Feels like me over the winter, shoveling off my driveway. Strange how I don't enjoy that in real life, but in Minecraft it's fine. You know, I really thought we were gonna have to go thousands of blocks to find a snow biome, but yeah, I'm not kidding. This was maybe 2 rockets to get here from my base. Am I going crazy? What is this here? Because this I cannot mine. But this I can. Is that packed ice or something? It's got to be something different than snow. I mean, I'm falling into it. That's very strange. Let me know in the comments. What is this? What am I digging that I can't pick up? Okay, we got what we need. I kind of do want to just keep exploring. I was expecting to be out a lot longer than this, and I don't want to just head directly back to my base. So let's take a look around, see if there's anything interesting nearby that we can come back to later. Wow, look at this. I'm thinking this would have probably been a better place to build my actual permanent base, because it's easy access to a cavern, lots of flat area that we could, terraform a little bit and then build out more. But man, look at this. Look at how much space there is. It's right next to water as well. I really didn't have that much further to go before I could have used this spot, but it's a little bit late at this point to be changing where I want my permanent base. So, we could always come back here and build something on it. There's no rule against that. Whoa. Nope. It's like an empty mountain. Ooh, that was a bad idea. Shouldn't have done that. Do want to look in there, though. Can't see anything. I don't know how far down that actually goes. I'm not really determined to figure that out right now, but hello. I am liking this area. I think it's very cool. We might come back here and do a build here. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Remember how I said this is a nice, big, flat, open area, and that was pretty cool? If we have time for it this 100 days, I did want to build a raid farm. And I think this, a big flat open area where I could see everybody coming for me, this would be a pretty good spot for it. And yes, I'm sorry, sheep, if I end up doing that because, you're going to have some noisy neighbors. No way. And it's actually right by a village. That would be perfect. I think we found where we're going to build a raid farm. This is just perfect. All the wide open area right next to a village. Hey, friends. No, I'm not planning on bringing an army of baddies over by you guys. Don't worry. These villagers are very lucky that I've pretty much got all that I need at the moment, because I am well within my rights to requisition what I could possibly need for the Republic. Not today. Look at that view. Beautiful. I think we are close to home. We gotta get back. I don't want to be out here at night. There she blows. Oh, hello. Got some visitors. Am I interrupting or something? It's like the good, the bad, and the bony. Yeah, that's kind of proving why I do need a creeper farm. I used about, 34 fireworks on that trip. I also need to make it spooky for Halloween for something I need for the farm. Yeah, I was just thinking ahead actually in the last 100 days. I knew I would need pumpkins, and that's kind of why I just set this up like this. The part I don't love about pretty much every creeper farm is that you need a buttload of trapdoors. So I'm gonna need to do some deforestation real quick. Actually might go back to spruce. This is, it doesn't take forever with dark oak, but it's definitely taking longer. And I also have to, wait for more of these saplings to drop. I've already got a ton of spruce saplings, so I might just switch back over to that for the time being. I've already got, a decent amount of dark oak logs. All right, well, the rest of that drops. Let's go grab the spruce saplings. Why did I plant these? I just said I was going to do spruce instead. I need to go grab some powdered Red Bull. I don't feel like standing around all day. Alrighty. There we are. Right, let's see how many of the trapdoors that makes from one trip. So one trip was about 2.5 stacks of spruce, a little over 11 stacks of planks. That gave me like 2 stacks, a little over 2 stacks. I need closer to about 14 stacks. So this is going to be, or wait, so a little over 3 stacks, but still, I mean, that's going to be a decent amount of trips. Okay, so we're going to have to go back and forth quite a few times to get enough trapdoors. Like I said, about 13.5 stacks. Whoa, look at you. That is a monster tree. Wow. Seriously, look at that. That is enormous. I don't think I've ever seen a tree grow that tall. That's crazy. Look at the level the previous ones were at, and now look at this one. That is awesome. All right, up we go. That one tree was a stack and 40. That is pretty good. Okay, I spent pretty much all day just chopping down trees. Luckily, didn't really put a dent in Choppy Boy, but yeah, there were a lot of trees. So let's see what this gets us in the way of trapdoors. Okay, whew. We don't have to go back and chop down more trees. I got my 13.5 or so, and actually 3 stacks of spruce left over, so bonus. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to need before we're ready to start building the creeper farm is just a ton of building blocks, like probably 32 stacks or so. Into the mines! I'm going to go with cobbled deep slate for the building blocks, just because it's going to help me clear out this area a little bit more, but curious what it'll look like with sort of a side-by-side or a snap cut to when I'm done with this. So I'll mine out about 32 stacks, and then I'll check back in with you when I'm finished. Okay, I've been at this for a while, as you can see. Got a little bit there. Think I made a bit of a dent in the room. It honestly doesn't look much different to me. Yeah, as I said, I'm only about halfway there, a little bit over halfway there, so I'm gonna just keep working on it and continue to slowly lose my mind. Okay, so I ended up getting what I need, and then some, just a little bit. Granted, some of it is tough, and I don't mean tough like, oh, my gerbil died, oh yeah, that's tough. I mean tough like this tough. Anyway, yeah, we cleared out a good amount of the room, so this is opened up. I actually don't know, maybe we'll do something with this area down here eventually, at some point. But for now, we are going to take our deep slate and head back up. And I can't just use basic cobbled deep slate. We have to make this a little bit prettier if it's something we're going to be looking at every day. There we go. 32 stacks ready for building. Okay, so I think we have all the materials that we're going to need to build the creeper farm before we can actually get back to the courtyard and finish that up. But same dilemma that we had with the iron farm. I don't actually know where I want to build this thing. And it is actually pretty large the way it's going to be built out, so thinking, right here would be a spot for it, but I don't actually think this is going to be big enough. That, and I also don't know what the creeper spawns would look like here. I know, at night, for example, a lot of things like to spawn up there. There's probably a lot of caves beneath me that I haven't lit up yet, so that's going to affect the rates as well. And we do have this ocean right here, and if you kind of row out there, there's no land in any direction. And there's a lot of water that's going to cut down on the spawn rate for mobs. So my current best idea is to actually build it out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. And now that we have the elytra, we don't actually even need to build a bridge or anything like that. We just can fly over there anytime we need to grab some gunpowder. Which, you know, it makes sense. We use the elytra with fireworks to go and grab gunpowder, and then we use the gunpowder to make more fireworks to fly with the elytra. Ah, what a perfect world. Let's take a look. I'm pretty sure if I fly out just a little bit, there's not going to be anything in sight. Oh, little islands. So yeah, once we pass that island, we look out, there's nothing. We could build it right in the middle of all of this. This is perfect, right here. I mean, obviously, we're probably going to have some drowned in here every once in a while, but I'm not too concerned with that. Did I just make a really bad decision? I don't think I can get back up in the air. Alright, wonderful. So we get to swim back home. Hooray! Yes, sweet land. Okay, now we can fly the rest of the way. Okay, so that's the plan. Sun's going down. We're gonna get back to our base, grab all of our materials, and then go to bed so we could start the creeper farm tomorrow. I flew out to the spot I had chosen to begin working on my creeper farm, but on the way, I thought about the island that was kinda nearby. What if mobs spawned here and brought down my rate of creeper spawns? Well, I couldn't have that, so I decided to increase my ocean real estate by clearing out this island. I had thought that I'd be safe from all the fanboys out here on a deserted island, but I was wrong. As soon as I got to work, a #1 superfan popped into existence and asked for my autograph. I politely declined and continued working, now with additional resolve because I wanted to leave this old boy stranded in the middle of the ocean with nothing to stand on. With that done, I proceeded to my chosen spot, built up some temporary blocks, and set up a bed for my temporary Roughin' It camp spot. I'd be here for at least a few days while I worked on the farm. I got started on this farm in earnest in the morning. Beginning at the bottom, I set up a total of 6 double chests connected by hoppers. These were attached to a square of 9 hoppers where all of my mob drops would fall. I then started laying out the initial, let's call it drop zone for the creepers. These are the spaces where creepers will fall in when this is complete. In the center, I laid out some slabs, a bed, and some fences to contain some creeper taunters, otherwise known as snow golems. And speaking of snow golems, that's kind of the secret sauce of this farm. I'll need snow golems to instigate creepers into falling into the drop zone. This replaces the need for water currents that would push creepers into the drop zone in typical farms. To that end, I started spawning in snow golems using temporary blocks above the fences I had placed. I made a total of 16 snow golems packed into a space the size of a typical New York apartment. I gave them a gentle love tap so they would spread out, and covered them with temporary blocks. I also placed buttons all around their enclosure to ensure that no mobs could spawn directly next to them and ruin this whole setup. I then proceeded to place trapdoors all around the drop zone to let the creepers know that this area was definitely safe to walk into, and definitely not a trap leading to certain doom. Once I had those in place, it was time to set up the spawn zone. This is the area that creepers would be spawning into, so it is the most expansive part of this build. I think these kinds of shots are pretty satisfying, so I'm going to stop talking so you can watch it all build out. Now that my spawn zone floor was complete, I began placing slabs all throughout, ensuring that each slab had a space of 2 between the adjacent slab. This should discourage mobs other than creepers from spawning in. With the floor complete, I started building up a wall around the perimeter of my spawn zone. I used dirt as temporary blocks so I wouldn't have to place the corner bits into the walls. Doesn't seem like much, but over a build this size, it actually saves a ton of blocks. Finally, all my work felling trees was going to pay off. I started placing the ridiculous amount of trapdoors I crafted previously, aligning them with the 2-block-high walls around my spawn zone. They need to be placed here because they bring down the height of the ceiling ever so slightly so things like zombies and skeletons can't spawn, but creepers can. This is because creepers are shorter than other mobs. Something I can't relate to because I'm definitely 6'20". I wanted to finish this today, but the slabs kept throwing off my groove, and it took a long time due to the fact that you have to crouch while placing trapdoors, so it was slow going. I went to sleep so I could finish tomorrow. I wasn't really interested in seeing if creepers would start spawning in here while I was still inside. I wrapped up placing the trapdoors, leaving the center area open, and then moved on to the next step. I needed to place soul campfires on top of the hoppers in my kill zone. This way, when creepers fall in, they'll burn on the soul campfires and drop their gunpowder into the hoppers. I then flew back to the top of the farm so I could place a few more fences around and above the snow golems to lock them into place. In order to place a fence above them, I needed to push it into place with a piston. I ran into trouble here when I placed the piston wrong and it wasn't facing down. Easy fix, right? Wrong. When I broke it, it flew down into the drop zone and then the kill zone. As a brave legionary, I dove right in after it without a thought for my own safety. Unsurprisingly, this turned out to be a mistake. I landed on the soul campfires, which do more damage than regular campfires, and started to panic. I broke the blocks beneath me and escaped into the ocean. In about 10 seconds, I had lost my piston and destroyed a part of this farm I thought I was done with. In any event, I had to fly quickly back to base to get a new piston, a new soul campfire, and band-aids for my pride. When I got back, I placed the new piston, successfully this time, and pushed the fence into place. Then I replaced the fence gate, hopper, and soul campfire I broke earlier in my panic. Then I flew back up to the top. Looks like I'd have to finish this up tomorrow due to my tomfoolery. The last step for the base level was to cover the whole shebang with deep slate blocks. I got to work covering the whole thing, and about halfway through I could hear the sweet, sweet sounds of creepers getting pelted with snowballs. This thing was already working. Slaps roof. This baby will burn multiple creepers by the second. Anyway, with that done, my last task was to build an AFK platform up in the sky to ensure no mobs could spawn in the briny deep and use up my mob cap. I began placing scaffolding and climbing my way up. While I'm working on that, I did want to mention I'll be putting links to all the farms I'm using in this video in the description below. If you'd like to use the same farm in your world, the videos I use are fantastic and easy to follow. Back to the farm. Unfortunately for me, it was now raining and nighttime. So while I was building this AFK platform, mobs were spawning like crazy on the roof of my farm. Turns out I forgot to light it up before I climbed up here, and just look at this. There was a Caligula's Villa on Saturday night number of mobs on my farm. I glanced them during my jump down, then noped out and flew back to my base. I'd have to come back in the morning to light this up and do an AFK test to see how much delectable gunpowder this baby would net me. Boop. Alright, it's our first day as proud owners of a creeper farm. Are you as excited as I am to go check it out, see how it's working? We do need to remember to light up the roof. I don't want a repeat of last night. Oh hey buddy, you're still alive. Look at that. Ooh, and my pile of stuff I left here. When is that guy gonna despawn? Alright, there she is. Beautiful. Let's start by lighting up the top, and then we'll head up there and we'll do our first AFK test. These don't have to be even, but I kind of want it to look nice. There we go. It should look pretty cool at night. One thing too, we should clear out whatever is in the chests down here so that when we go up there, we have kind of a, you know, clean environment to check how much we actually get. And I mean, that's not bad. Just from working on the farm, we've already got a pretty good amount. What is this? Okay, so like a stack and a half, just from when we were working on the farm. So all the chests are cleared out. We're gonna go up to the platform up above, and honestly, we're probably gonna AFK all day. I'm curious what a single Minecraft day will get us in the way of gunpowder. So let's head up there. I'm actually curious if I can land on this thing too. This might not go well. Ooh. Oh, that could have been worse. So not the prettiest thing in the world. I mean, it could definitely be better. Maybe we fix this up at some point. But for our purposes, it's going to work just fine. So I'm going to AFK. I will get back with you after one day. And then we're going to take a look down at the chests and see what we got. Alright, so it's been probably about 10 minutes. I don't know if you'd call that a Minecraft day or a Minecraft half day, because it just turned night a minute ago. Also notice this, we're actually pretty close to that Guardian Temple, so I don't know if that's going to affect the mob spawns at all, but in any event, I want to go down there and take a look, see how much we got. Gently, gently. Oh wow, it is so loud. I could hear so many snowballs and creepers. Looks like it's working. Alright, so 2 stacks, half stack, a little over a stack. So if I were to... Alright, so I mean, after just, you know, the sun coming up to the sun going down. We've got almost 4 stacks. I can't really see that I'd need much more anyway, and that's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not going to have to try to get gunpowder for the rest of this world. Alright, so awesome. I would call that a win. Everybody enjoys a nice moonlit fly. Hey, friends. Ooh, wait. Trader despawn, or is he just invisible? Yeah, he's just invisible. Why did I land in the water again? That is so dumb. So stupid. I don't want to have to freaking swim all the way back. Okay. Get him, boy. We need a fireworks chest. Okay, so I think we are good on fireworks. I don't see myself needing much more anytime soon, and if we do, I can just head back to the farm. So we are in good shape. Alright, so I'm happy how the creeper farm turned out. I'm actually really happy with that. But it's day 159, and... okay, I was gonna say something out here, but then this guy just decided to show up. Where are my iron golems? Okay, guess this is up to me. Don't worry, I got it, guys. Anyway, it's day 159, and this is still very basic. We haven't even started on the villager house yet. This needs a lot of detail, and I would still like to make a couple more farms, specifically a raid farm. I think that would be awesome, but we have to get to work at, you know, adding some detail to the base first. So why don't we go out and collect some materials and get to work on that. Gotta clean up the Shulky boys from our previous adventures. Okay, so as you could probably tell, I don't actually know exactly what I want to do or how I'm going to build this, so I'm just getting a big range of different types of blocks so I can bring it out there and do some experimenting, see what looks good. Okay, so this is where the villager house is going to be. Let's start by building up the entrance a little bit and seeing what we can do with that. I'm trying a little variety is almost like a transition out of here, something that I can do at each point. I'm almost getting kind of like a compass feel, which I don't mind. I like it, actually. The one thing that I am thinking, though, just, you know, looking out into where this is going to be going, and the idea is that the villager house will go here. I've got, you know, I don't know, 6 blocks of leeway, basically, and I pretty much knew this was going to happen, but I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to terraform some more, and I know, we've been doing it a lot, but it's going to be worth it in the end, trust me. I don't necessarily want to continue on in this style, though, especially because there's some stone and it's a little bit different over here. I might try like a half circle and see how that goes. So I actually really didn't do a lot. I don't know that I'll need much more than that, so I'm going to lay out the foundations of a house and we'll see what we're actually up against here. I like the idea of kind of a circular house, not perfect circle, but maybe an oval with a bit of a back porch or whatever you might want to call it that's overlooking the ocean. So that's kind of what I'm going into this with the idea of. Continuing the tradition of terraforming by placing dirt and then digging it right back up. There is a benefit to building like this, kind of going in with no plan whatsoever and just letting it come to you, because as I'm building this out, I'm coming up with new ideas and thinking about how I want this to look when it's more complete. So I do enjoy this type of building. Not sure about this though, this part right here. I do want to do something with high contrast, like a hot and cold, ice and fire type of thing, but that I'm not sure if it's working, so that might change. Yeah, I think that's better. I talked myself out of the quartz. So it's obviously going to be 2 level, and I'm thinking where this slab rises up, this is going to extend out, and that's going to be almost like an overlook for the ocean. But the second level is going to be most... Okay, weirdo. It's going to be most of the space up here, so there might be a little bit of stuff on the first floor, but second floor is going to be the big one, and I think it's going to be bottom heavy in the back here. I really hope it's not like distracting or annoying that I have the attention span of a gerbil, but I just keep thinking, like, you know, I was just working on the house and now I remembered I started one of the entrances to the courtyard and never went to do any others, so now I want to actually bounce back and start doing a couple of these before I go back to the house. So apologies if that's a bit disconcerting. Thought it might be nice as well to kind of make things a little bit greener over here. So I put some bamboo down. I'm going to actually let it grow before I decide if I'm going to keep it or not, because I want to see, you know, is it going to kind of overshadow the house or is it going to look nice? I also got a dark oak sapling group here because I want to see what kind of tree grows. If it's ugly, chop it down and try again, but that might be nice. You know, make it look a little bit more like a garden area over here. I really need to put some lights in this area because this is what did I just hit? Something died and I didn't even see it. Yeah, this is like every morning I wake up to this, so I really need to light this place up. Good shooting practice, though. These creepers didn't hear I don't need them anymore. I have a farm. I'm kind of guessing on how big I want this second floor to be because I do need a decent amount of space for villagers, and I'm not sure if I want to use this for anything else in the future, but I just don't want it to be too small and have to make it bigger later on. And before you say anything, yes, I know this doesn't make any sense, the overhang right now. I am going to add some supports to it later on. I just want to finish up what I've got going on up here before I do that. So, yep, I'm aware this defies the laws of physics. Bloop, bloop. So, pretty good reason to just carry a ton of different types of blocks when you're doing a build like this, because I had no plan, and I'm really liking this. Just put together kind of a front window so that if you are standing on the second level and look out, you'll be able to still see some of the base, and I'm a big fan of that. At first I didn't like that the slabs were leaving spaces, but I think this is going to work for the overall sort of end game here. Because I mean, it's not like anything can get in through those, at least not that I'm aware of, and I like how it spaces it out and gives it more of an open feel. I didn't like how the slabs were looking on the side, so I'm actually going to replace these with planks. I'm going to think of it, that might have actually been a problem anyway, because I remember in the last 100 days we ran into a problem with slabs stopping villagers from making babies. So I think this is better, safe way to go anyway. Ooh, that was close. I had just enough planks. You know, I didn't really make this house for you, but you're welcome to appreciate all my hard work, and yes, thank you, I do think it's turning out very nice. I need to light up my base. Did you see that guy dodged me? Yeah, they just keep spawning. This is a lack of light problem. I actually wonder if this is a use for the glowstone. I just walk around and throw those in the ground all over the place so this stops happening. Bloop. You guys sick of that yet? What? It's daytime! What are you doing? Okay, I guess the rules don't apply anymore. This is probably so hard to follow. I was just placing a couple things at the house. Now I'm going around adding details to each entrance. I really can't make up my mind on what I want to work on. Not looking bad, though. I need to make a roof. I'm terrible at making roofs. Roofs? Roofs? Rufus? Roofs? I don't know how to say it. So I actually think I'm gonna go nether brick. I've been meaning to use this stuff for a while, and I don't hate this. I'm pretty sure like a purist would look at this and be like, oh, it clashes and there's way too much going on here, but it's kind of the beauty of Minecraft. It's just whatever pleases the eye to you. It's whatever you want to do. Whoa, what happened here? I did not do that. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Okay. That was a little too close to home. Let me tell you why I keep talking about lighting up this area, but I haven't done it yet. Because obviously mobs continue to spawn in here, and it could use that. I don't want to just go around and place a bunch of random torches, because I know that the very next thing I do will be finish up the courtyard. And that's going to include a bunch of lighting anyway. Over there, I kind of have no excuse. I could light this up, and I should, and I will do that next. But in here, I mean, I'm gonna just head right back in here and start, I don't even know, terraforming, putting on finishing touches, adding in lighting. So that's the reason this hasn't been lit up yet. But the area over here, no excuses left. I will light this up. Just trying to do a sample of the roof to figure out what works, and it's raining, so it's really not helping me, you know, get a good look at what this will be when it's nice outside. It's coming along for sure. Looks nice from the front, but there is a lot left that I still need to complete. Yeah, like this is all still just completely not touched yet. Yeah, like these parts are what throw me off. Like I want to do multiple colors and you can see I'm doing okay with that. I'm switching it up, but the bottom I want to wrap around. This layer I want to continue going straight up, and this just, I don't know, it doesn't seem right to me. I'm going to have to play around with that to make it look right. I don't know. So close. I think we can actually finish tomorrow. Ooh, boy, that scared me. And okay, good. Don't have to go back. See, this is why you should light up your base. Creeper just snuck up on me, like creepers do, like they should. And it scared me stiff. Yeah, my heart is pounding right now. I think I like this. I think it works. Yeah, it's like I have to pause and look at it. The more I'm looking at it, I really do think I like this. So I'm not going to go and tear anything down, which is very fortunate. I have to remember, too, I'm building this house for villagers. Villager plebs, mind you. What more could they ask for? Look at this view. Look at how wonderful this house is. There is no way that they can complain about this. Although I'm sure they're going to. Ooh, I just forgot one thing. Obviously, we still need to add 1 or 2 more things, like I need beds in here and potentially job blocks, depending on if I actually want them to have jobs. But the door is wide open, and I can't just solve that by putting a door in, obviously, because villagers can open doors. So I'm guessing we probably just go with fence gates, since they can't open those. So let's go grab a couple of those. And there we go. Villagers can't figure out the enigma of fence gates, so I think we're safe now. Just need to grab some beds. I'm liking how that looks from a distance. I think that's really cool. Alright, so obviously we can add more of these. We've got, what, 6 in here now with only 2 villagers, so this will begin to repopulate the villagers once I feed them, but it's a good space. We can always add more beds, and this place could be, you know, lousy with them after a little bit if we really wanted to go that route. We were on day 169. And no, that's not funny. It doesn't count. It's 169. Boop. Doesn't matter if you're sick of it. I enjoy it. I was ready for you this time. I knew what was coming. Oh, he's angry. Yeah. I proclaim the villager house finished. I don't know about all of you, but I think the Emperor would be very proud of us. This is a very nice home for the villagers, more than they deserve, really, and I am pleased with how everything turned out. It's pretty busy. There's a lot of different blocks going on in here, but I think it all works. I set out with a goal to create this house and give it sort of this back porch with a view, and I did that, and I used a lot of the blocks that I brought with me, and I am happy. Now, with that done, there is one other thing. That's looking pretty grand right now. This, to me, still looks, you know, pretty bland. So before we actually go over and let our Cheetos out from under the rug, I do want to add a bit more to this. Even if it's just a bit more. Actually, it's probably going to be more than a bit, but I do want to add more to this. But what is more? What do I want to do here? It's honestly really hard to think with this entrance to our mine here. I'm really considering tearing this down and just, I don't know, opening a temporary one somewhere else that leads to the same sort of area where we already dug down, but I don't know. Okay, how about this? Let's try to see if we can find a way to get back into the mine shaft we already have, and if we can, we will tear this down, because we won't need it anymore. Does that sound like a plan? So what I'm going to do is go down to the area that's near the bottom, and I'll mark out the coordinates. That way we know where we should be trying to find a way in from the top. Okay, so as it turns out, we're actually right above where that lowest point is, where we spent all that time collecting deep slate. This is the point above that big room where we were mining. So we'd actually have to go through water if we wanted to get down to that. I'm kind of at a loss then. I don't know how we want to handle this. Okay, I have an idea, and bear with me. What if we were to clear this off and instead of using a direct kind of stairway down, we centered the mine somewhere in the middle of this area, this courtyard, and just had some ladders or water elevators that went down to wherever we kind of intersected the stairway as it exists right now, and that would be the start to our mine. So we don't really actually need anything on the surface. We could have water elevators going down to the mine. We could have water elevators going up if we wanted to build anything up there. And this courtyard sort of acts as the central point for all of that. What do you think? Can we get away with that? Would that work for the design? Because I think that's what I'm going to do. So with that in mind, let's clear this out and then center or find the center spot of this area so we know where to begin doing that. Feeling sad again. We've had this structure here since, I don't know, day 10 probably of the first video. So, you know, some things last forever, some things don't. I think I found the center point. X marks the spot. Okay, so I'm trying to think ahead so we don't have to redo anything, but here's what I'm thinking. Each of these corners could be a water elevator, one going down to the mine and coming up from the mine, one going up to whatever ends up being up there, and one going down from there. And then what might be really cool is building up this wall a little bit so that it has some water design, since this is kind of going to be a water elevator courtyard. So we might not get to that now, but eventually that's the thought. So first I'll need to dig down to the mine, but I do need to heal up my tools just a little bit first. Much better. I'm kind of nervous about this because what I'm planning to do is dig straight down all the way to Y like -59. That's typically not a great idea. I could easily land in a lava pool or fall into a cavern, so I guess I just wear my armor. I've got feather falling and protection. I got my water bucket. We should be all right, right? Should I dig up instead? Would that be safer if I found these spots at the bottom and then dug my way up? Well, I don't know. For whatever reason, that feels like it would be safer to me. Let's at least go find the spot, then we'll decide what to do. Okay, so this actually kind of works out. I just found the spots, and if we were to go look, this is the room we were digging in before to gather all that deep slate, and the spots that I just found are like right there. Kind of difficult to see, but if I move down and put a lantern here for light, these are the two spots where my potential water elevators would come down, so that's nice at least that it's pretty close. Honestly, I don't want to dig all the way up because it's more difficult and I'd have to place ladders that I would ultimately just be removing anyway. Ugh, this is difficult. I want to be safe, but I think the best route is just gonna be digging straight down, which is like rule number 1 in Minecraft. Don't do that, but I don't know. We're just gonna do it. Yeah, I'm about to start actually digging down for the water elevators, but I did think of a compromise for safety. So what I'm gonna do is begin to dig down, and as we go, I'm actually gonna see if this is gonna work. You know, put water down. How much does this slow me down if I mean, that's not terrible. It's not like we'll be doing this forever, but this way, if we, you know, fall into a lava lake or a cavern, it's not gonna be instant death. We can at least save ourselves. So this is my compromise. We're gonna do it this way, and we're gonna be safe. But we can't drown. Stay with me, Bubbles. Should actually bring doors with me so that when I get down there I can block off the water flow. I also saw a stair was missing here. I think when that creeper blew up it must have gotten rid of this one, so fixed. Ooh. It does come out into a cave. That fall would not have killed me, obviously, but we can at least get a breath now and not have to go all the way back up to the top. Sorry, you probably can't see anything. There we go. Ooh, and I actually see lava down there where we're gonna dig, so we might have saved ourselves. Oh yeah, see? We would have fallen right down here, potentially on top of that lava. Whoop. Wait, must have been here before. It looks like I blocked that off. Or no, that's just from water. Never mind. Ooh. Well, hello. I mean, we're here, so we may as well, if you're gonna just dangle it in front of my face like that. That sounded gross, sorry. It was 2 ore, but I got 6 diamonds out of it. That's not bad at all. Yeah, so the only thing is, when we finish this, I'm actually going to have to enclose all of this so that the water elevator will work. So that's a bit of extra work going through a cave, but it's not too bad. So, a little bit safer now. Let's keep going. There we go. That wasn't bad at all. that's not what I wanted. That? Or... There we go. So, there you go. Kind of blocks off the water. Keeps it from spilling out into the mine. One thing I did notice, though, the way water elevators work, we'll have to clear out that block and replace it with something else. This one, I am not going to be able to clear out. That is bedrock. So this whole thing might actually have to rise up one block. So why don't we prep for that? Right, uneventful and safe. That's the way I like it. Let's go back up to the top and take care of the second one. Okay, one down, one to go. And these are pretty close together, so I really don't see... If we didn't run into anything nuts over on this one, I don't see anything big happening here either, but we are still going to play it safe. Need air, must breathe. Whew. Ooh, this isn't good, this isn't good. Oh no. Whew. I just made it. Oh. Okay, opened into a bit of an unfriendly area. Doesn't matter how far I go, my fans will find me. Whoops. I didn't miss, you missed. Get out of here. Yeah, we'll need to close this area off so that we're not assaulted by fans every time we use the water elevator. Nice pants, bud. This area up, make it a bit safer. Looks like we've been up there at some point. I don't remember where exactly that is, but I don't think we really need to go up there. Said I don't think we need to go up there. I think we're good to keep working on it. Right, look at that. We are all done with that first step. We have a sort of single block mine shaft leading from the surface all the way down to the mine, and it's blocked off by doors, so we're not flooding it down here. The last step is to actually get the blocks that we need for the bottom, and we're actually going to have to do something to this entire shaft too to make all of these water source blocks instead of water just kind of flowing from the top down here blocks. Alright, so the magic of water elevators comes from soul sand and magma blocks. So we're going to need one each of those. And then to fix the water, we're going to be using kelp and some bone meal. Which does that actually give us? 48. Might actually need more of that, a little bit more. Not a whole lot, honestly. Did I never replant my beetroots at some point? Why didn't you tell me I forgot to replant these when I was doing it? Unbelievable. Alright, fixed your mistake. Let's harvest the rest while we're here so we can put some more in the auto composter and get more bone meal. Okay, so the first step is we need to turn every one of the blocks within this mine shaft into a water source. Currently, the only source is at the very top, so if I were to use my bucket and take that away, the whole thing is going to be drained. So one way to do that is I could take my water bucket and go to every block in here and just place the water to make every single one a source block. I don't know about you, but I do not want to do that. And luckily there is an easier way. So for that easier way, we're going to clear out the bottom block of each one of these and just place a temporary block. We're going to put dirt down. We then will plant kelp at the bottom of each one. Now the reason for this is because any water block that kelp is occupying turns into a source block. So for any of the water that's through here that isn't currently a source block, as soon as it has kelp in it, it's going to turn into a source block. So really all we need to do is make sure that all the way from the bottom to the top, yeah, see, that just turned into a source block. Anyway, bottom to the top, we need to fill the whole thing with kelp, and I need to cover that hole. And once again, we could do this by just swimming up and placing kelp, but for one, I'm going to run out of kelp, and two, I don't really want to do that. So what we can do instead is just place a few and then bone meal the bottom of this bad boy, and that should make it grow all the way to the top. And I just spent yesterday kind of replanting those farms to get more bone meal. I didn't even grab any of it, so we'll probably have to go back up to the top, but that's all right. Let's start with this side. You should see that it's growing. Looks like it is. Let's see what we did with that. Ooh, you know what I just realized? Where it comes out in that cave, I wonder if it's still going to work. Oh, it does. Okay. No worries. This is one large piece of kelp, and we're nearly there. So we need more bone meal, and I'm going to grab some glass so we can block off those areas of the cave. Probably still going to need more bone meal. We'll figure it out. Actually start here by blocking off this cave area. I think that did it. Yeah. Go over to the other. This one needs more work. There we go. I think we are done. Okay, so let's finish up this side, and then we may not actually need more bone meal because we could just break this kelp and then use all of it to put it over on this side. Okay, hopefully the 22 we have left is enough to get us to the surface. Ooh, it's going to be close. I'm not sure if 22 is enough, but we're about to find out. Ooh, look at that. 3 left over. We're in good shape. Alright, now it's just time to grab all of that and put it over in the other elevator. This should be pretty satisfying. Woo! Still breaking. That's awesome. Go and collect it all. This is going to be a lot easier when these are functional, because right now I have to swim each time. I didn't necessarily want to do it this way because, oop, I missed a bit that needs glass. Didn't want to do it the way of, you know, placing a bunch of kelp rather than using bone meal, because I have a feeling we're going to have to keep coming back up for air a ton. Alright, here we go. Maybe not, this is going pretty quick. No, that wasn't bad. Did it all in one. Alright, so it's time for the last part, my favorite part. And actually, we still have to break this kelp, so boop. I love that. Kind of slowly goes all the way up and breaks them all. But anyway, we're going to remove that temporary block of dirt and place down the soul sand. And you'll see that some bubbles are starting to pop in. If I do the same thing on the other side with the magma block, more bubbles, but you'll notice these are going down. These bubbles are going up. So if everything is working as it should, and I did this correctly, when I go into the side with soul sand, where the bubbles are going up, this is my elevator up to the surface. So it should just kind of project me up to the surface. Whee! Probably also going to hit a bunch of kelp up here. Boop. Nice. And the opposite should be true on the other side. This is where the magma block is, so this one should actually pull me down. Yep, working like a dream. That is awesome. I love this setup. So now we don't have to go up and down the stairs that we used to get down here initially. Every time we need to come to the mine, we can just use these elevators. And obviously I need to kind of set up the entrance up above a little bit, but these are functional and all set now. Remember when I was collecting that basalt and you were all like, "Oh, Legion, you're never gonna use that. Don't you feel foolish now?" And we can cover up the hole now, that the inspector doesn't come by and give me a hard time. Oh, it's not safe. I know it's not safe. We're gonna fix it. It's actually been a long time since we've looked at the base from a sort of a high vantage point, so I want to head up there real quick and see how things are looking. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that's looking, it's almost like a, you know, a real Minecrafter over here. Last 100 days was a good start, but we did a lot of work on villagers, and that was most of it. I'm really happy with how things are turning out now. We've got a nice central area, couple decent builds in here, and plenty of items from the farms that we've been setting up, so this is looking really nice. I was right too, this is definitely giving me sort of a compass vibe, and I'm way into it. I think that's super cool. And I didn't really even plan it this way, but everything is kind of on the 4 corners. So we have the villager house that we made connecting in nicely, the market area connected to the house on the north side, if you want to say that. And then the barn, I didn't plan that. It directly lined up with the entrance, so it was perfect. The only thing that doesn't perfectly line up is the nether entrance, but I could always move that over a couple of blocks and that will be fine. But next we have to work on the center for where the water elevators are coming up. I want to actually rise them up so I can walk right in rather than having to jump in. And how to do that? Thinking it would be the kind of thing where you run to the center, and this is almost like a, you know, starship teleporter. You kind of choose where you're going to go depending on if you're going up or down. So if these are the entrances, I'm gonna want blocks on each side. Little light. Actually may not have the water come up all the way here because then I'd have to block off one of these sides and I don't really want to do that. I'd prefer to keep it all open. I want to make these areas look a little bit nicer as well. Thinking something like this as a template, couple trees and flowers and grass within a border, and replicate that on all 4 sides, but first let's go see how that looks from up top. Yeah, you see what I'm going for here? Just kind of 4 empty areas right now, but if I put a little border, some trees and some flowers, that type of thing, I think it's going to add a lot of detail and make this look nicer overall. Alright, so now what we did in this corner, I'm going to replicate in the other 3. Boom! There we go. So obviously a few of the trees still need to grow. I ran out of bone meal, but at least the grass and the flowers are here with all the borders. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. I do need 2 more elevators, water elevators that is, eventually here. But I believe for the time being we're good. So let's actually probably grab a bit more bone meal and finish up the trees, and then I will go back up top and see how it looks from there. Speaking of up there, let's actually just go up and grab some bones rather than trying to make bone meal. Much easier. Right, awesome. I love it. I think that's great. I was worried the dark oak tree would kind of overshadow things, but from this angle, it really doesn't look bad at all. It's really all coming together too. I mean, everything seems balanced. It's not all grouped in one place. It's spread out. This looks awesome as a centerpiece. And off to the side, we've got our item farm, which is still so amusing to watch. Iron farm, that is. So great. The one part that does look a bit bare is this corner. We might have to do something with that. Maybe something going out into the ocean, or I'm not exactly sure, but that's a possibility that we'll do something there. But the one most important thing that's clear, definitely anybody left over in that village is incredibly jealous of our base. So I don't know if you noticed this, but there's something that's been bothering me over here. At the end of our last 100 days, I put up this SPQR sign for the Roman Republic, and I never got around to finishing the base where it's sitting on the dirt. So I was just looking at everything from up there and noticed it again, and I think it's about time we finish that up. I promise you terraforming isn't my favorite thing to do. It just so happens it needs a lot of doing in the area that I picked for our base. It's hard work, but somebody's got to do it. There we go. Easy enough. Yeah, that really didn't take long at all. I think that'll look better. Or even if it's not that noticeable, it's just something that I know was there, so I'm going to feel better now that I'm going to look at it. Yeah, there we go. See? Now it's actually abiding by the laws of physics. So happy with my nice base. I'm so proud of me. I was curious, so I came to look. I think we're doing all right on iron. In fact, I probably am going to have to think of something to do with all this stuff. Maybe we make a bunch of minecart rails and, oh, excuse me. I was trying to talk. Yeah, you done? Anyway. Yeah, maybe we make a bunch of rails and we, you know, set something that brings us out to the creeper farm or to the stronghold. Or maybe, you know, a raid farm. I don't know. Whatever we end up making, that might not be a bad idea. Just make some rail pathways that bring us there in case we don't want to fly. While I'm checking on farms, I am curious. I wonder if the creeper farm runs, like, at all when I'm at my base. I'm pretty sure the answer is no, it's just too far away, but I do want to see, just to be sure, I want to check those chests and see what's going on with that. I can't believe this trader is still here. When is he going to despawn? Yeah. I think when I'm not here, this thing isn't running, like, at all, which is fine. I mean, it's not like we need more gunpowder, but would have been kind of cool if it ran maybe at, like, half capacity or a quarter while we weren't around. If you were to cast your memory back about 50 days, you might remember me saying something about these Cheetos that I swept under the rug, something around the lines of, surely I won't forget them there for 50 days. I don't think it's been exactly 50 days yet, so I was telling the truth, and we are going to finally move them over to their new home. The big question is how to do that. How are we going to get these guys over there without them escaping? Hello? Checking for proof of life. You in there? Look, you see? You did fine. I bet you had a grand old time in here. How does it feel to see the sun for the first time in weeks? You know, I'm actually not sure. Aside from just breaking the boat, grabbing it, and then placing it back down to catch him on this level, I think that's going to be the plan. And you're going to cooperate, right? Yeah, right. Okay, let's give this a go. And gotcha. Ha ha ha. Sucker. That's one. See, look at this beautiful new home. Isn't this just a little bit better than a hole in the ground? Now, you see, he's looking at the ground. He's like, I want to go back in the ground. All right, I'll go get your brother. You're going to be just as easy, right? No, of course you're not. You're going to go right into my crops. Come on. Nice and comfy in the boat. There we go. Just rowing across the grass. It's such a normal thing to do. There we go. So once it turns night, I'll have to break those actually because you won't be able to pass them up. I'll let you both in and you can choose your very own bed. Yeah, you probably haven't slept in weeks, so that's going to be one heck of a sleep. I just did a bunch of organizing while I was waiting for the sun to go down and nighttime so I can get those guys in there, but take a guess at what we're going to be doing next. This is what I ended up gathering and putting together, so after we get the villagers into their house, I do have a new task, and this is the hint. We're going to be using a lot of this stuff to complete our next build. Alright, my other plebs are sleeping, which means even though the sun isn't fully down, it is time to release boat plebs. What do you want to bet they don't just run into the house into a bed and they go do some crazy something or other over there? Oh, one way to find out. Ooh, they're learning. Now you can never leave, trapped in here for eternity. But very good, you found your beds. Actually, it's not that surprising. They haven't slept in like 50 days, so this doesn't shock me. You know what else I'm noticing? They could have very easily slept in these two beds right next to each other, but they've been stuck in a hole or right next to each other for 50 days. They really needed this space. So, again, don't blame you. Also, look at this view. Very lucky. Probably worth the wait, I'd say. This is very nice. Okay, last thing before we set out, we have to feed our boat plebs. Although, now they're not boat plebs, they're house plebs. Alright, are you ready to make it rain? Woo! Haven't eaten 50 days. Eat up. The farmer's like, take my emerald, please. And look at this, I got even more for you. Wait, you wanna... Oh yeah, you do trade carrots, but no, that's not what these are for. These are for you for free. Oh, you can't wait? Oh man, I know you've been locked up for a while, but still, seriously. I hear one, but where is it? Oh no, did they spawn one underneath the slabs? Oh, okay, there you are. Why were you invisible a second ago? Okay, doesn't matter. I'm not asking questions. You two keep, you know, doing what you do. Fill up all those beds. I'll be back in a few days. You know what? Come to think of it, I bet the babies can get through that. I should block this off while I'm gone. Doesn't look great, but it gets the job done. Alright, so for our next build, I've been hinting at it, and here's another clue. As you can see, I am still using a shield. And that's great. I'm very happy with Stonewall Jackson. He's, you know, saved me multiple times over the last 100, 150, 175, however far we are nowadays. But at this point, I'd rather have a Totem of Undying in that hand rather than a shield. And for that, we need to do a raid to get one. So I'm gonna go back to that plains biome that we found, if I can remember which way it was, and start to build a raid farm. I do think in order to prove the glory of the Roman Republic, I should probably try a raid without a raid farm first, do it the old-fashioned way, and then we can use the raid farm. But in any event, I'm going to get started on that, get rolling, and then we can start to test that out. Off we go. Okay, so there's the Pillager Outpost, really not too far from my base, but this is not where the plains biome was. I think it was actually over in this direction. It is right next to a village too, but not the one we were looking at before. I think this is the plains. Is this the same one as before? I don't think it is. This looks different. That's pretty cool though. Oh, here we go. This looks more like it. Now I say we set down... I don't know. We probably don't want to be too close to water or caves, and there's both. A lot of them around here actually. Maybe we start clearing out some stuff here, make it flat, and see what it looks like. The more I look at it, now I'm not sure, because I love this area. I think it's really cool if you look at it. It is pretty hilly, there's a lot of water. Maybe we use this for something else. Like, this could make an awesome, like, bee farm in the future, but I don't know now that I want to use it for a raid farm. Oh, like, it's so beautiful over here. Let's go take another look closer to the Pillager Outpost and see if there's a flat area near there. Okay, so there's the outpost. And there was... yeah, there's a village right here. We could build it in the village, actually. That is an option. Or right behind the village. This actually looks really good back here. Yeah, I went to sleep and made it morning. So again, that's where the outpost is. Here's a village very close by, and right behind the village is a smaller plains biome, but a fairly flat area, and you can see pretty far in all directions, so I think this is actually the spot to do this. Let's start clearing out a little bit to make this a bit more flat. That is definitely a thunderstorm. Oh, thank you. Not interested. What a beautiful morning. That rainbow smell of bones burning. Alright, so I spent pretty much all day yesterday terraforming, and then there was a thunderstorm, and I went to bed to bring it today. Of course, we still have a few visitors left over. Ooh, looks like the golem isn't too happy about that. There's like a little show going on over here. Villager getting chased by little chicken Napoleon. Golem isn't happy about it. Our own little soap opera. But anyway, I did notice that there were bees over here, and I don't have plans to do anything yet with bees, but it's not going to hurt if we grab a beehive right now, because then we can always use it later. But I think you have to wait until they go back into the beehive. I don't know if they wait for night to do that, or if they go in at all during the day. You gonna go in there? Little buddy. Why don't we wait for night and come back? Maybe they'll go in. Anyway, this is what I was working on. Big old flat area. I think I'm going to do a little bit over on this side, and then we can start working on the farm. I think this will be the last section that I do, because I really don't want this to be 100 days of terraforming. I hope the bees are in here. It's nighttime. I think I'm kind of good on terraforming, and I'm going to take this, so hopefully they're in there. Bee's nest. Nice. Alright. Let's clear the riffraff out. We want to be able to take a look at this beautiful area that I've prepped, and we don't want... Yeah, hey, talking to you. Don't want riffraff. Well, let's take a look. You can see I cleared out this big swath of land here. There's always the ability to clear out more. I think this is going to do fine. If I go up higher, trying to get a good angle here. All this area is going to be where the raid farm is, and it's right next to the village, and really not far from the pillager tower, so that is a great setup because it means we don't have to do a lot of running back and forth. So I'm going to get started on building this, but first let me kind of explain what the plan is. So the way we're going to be building this farm, it's essentially going to be a big old hole in the ground. It's about 10 by 10 and 6 blocks deep, and the idea here is that when you start a raid, all of the various enemies that are going to be coming at you from whatever angle are going to fall into this hole and then end up being pushed into lava where there's a collection area with hoppers. Whoever built the farm, myself in this case, is going to be able to sit down below and wait for all of those drops to come in. There is going to be a villager up at the top in order to essentially draw in all of those enemies so that they're going to run towards that center spot into the hole. And there's going to be a collection area down at the bottom so that we can gather all of the goods and drops that any of the pillagers or various enemies that are coming at us happen to drop. Oh man, I had a whoopsie. So you know how I prepared for this and I got all the materials that I would need? I brought some spruce fence gates, and because I wasn't paying attention, I actually need warped or crimson or basically a nether type of fence gate so that it won't burn. So I ran back and I made a few, but the only amount that I had was enough for 6. I actually need more than that, like double that, 12 total. So we made some progress on this farm, but we actually need to take a very, very quick trip back to the nether to get some wood. So that's a lot of fun. All right, let's do this. I've got a lot I want to do before these 200 days are up. All right, putting back on the moob plate since we're going to the nether. All right, so we're going to load up on nether wood, grab a handful of popcorn shrimp, and blow out of here. Luckily, it's very close to our portal. I think this is going to be plenty. I'm just kind of being safe at this point. Hey guys, I don't want any trouble now. Yep, Hail Caesar, Hail Caesar. Yeah, I think they were citizens. We're good to go. Oh, back up to the top. We love broken nether portals. Whoops. Forgot I didn't have my elytra on. Try again. Okay, I made the fence gates, and with that distraction over, we are off to continue building the farm. Alright, fences are in place, so now it's time for the best part. The melted cheese. Yeah, look at that. Nice. We also need to put water in each of the corners, so I made a quick infinite source so we could just do that easily without having to jump up and down, grabbing more water each time. And boom, there we go. Alright, so we're nearly done. We've got the, I guess we'll call it the kill chamber here, all the way done. And there is an entrance down to the bottom where the collection area is. The last thing we need to do is get a villager that's going to be kind of hovering right above all of this to entice all of the pillagers and whatnot into the kill chamber. This is going to make a lovely home for such a lucky villager. Time to go over to the village and offer one of these plebs the opportunity of a lifetime. Hey, buddy. You want to be trapped for eternity? I don't know, I'm still taking that as a yes. You want to move over here to this boat for me? Or maybe if I move your job block, you'll want to come over here with me? Oh yeah, you got multiple job blocks, huh? Can take them all away. Nobody wants my job blocks? Your house looks a little half-finished here, guy. I'll take that too. Ooh, I think you're going in the right direction. Are you the lucky one? Oh, no, 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 no! Come on, come on. Yes! You made a wise decision, citizen. See, look how kind I am. I'm gonna put the job blocks back where they belong, because I am not a thief. I am wondering what's going on here, though. A lot of these houses are kind of half-built and destroyed a bit. Oh, I wonder if during that thunderstorm, it took out a couple houses. Oh, am I interrupting? They're pushing me out. What are you two doing in there? You're weirdos. Doesn't matter. I got what I came for. Let's head back over to the farm. This guy basically just won the lottery. You get to live there for the rest of your life. Lucky dog. I would normally wait till night so he'd go for the bed, but I bet that job block is just enticing enough to get you up there. Come on. Come on. Maybe it's not? It's up there. It's just for you. I'll make this harder than it has to be. You're gonna love it up there. Alright, I mean, I guess we can wait for night if that's what you prefer. No, 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 no! That was a bad decision, and I don't know how to fix it. You are an idiot. Oh, I don't even know what to say about that. I hate villagers. I hate them so much. I cannot. Ugh. Hey, stupid. Yeah, you weren't supposed to be down here. Can you even climb ladders? I don't know. Go on. Please get out. I don't want you in there. Oh, man. Okay, so are you just my new best friend down here now? You're just gonna be down here for eternity and now I have to go back and get a new one? This is not how today was supposed to go. Alright, we're gonna try to get another one, see if we can bring him over during the night. Hello, I need a new volunteer. Where is everybody? Okay, hey, you're my new friend, my new lucky friend. You gonna protect us, Iron Golems, in case any zombies come around? Oh, no, 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 no. Don't ruin this for me. You don't ruin this for me. This is not ideal. Trying to not get blown up, and trying to make sure he doesn't get eaten. All because of that goober I've got down in the kill chamber now, or the collection chamber. Almost. Keep moving. No, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? The trapdoors. It's the trapdoors that's doing this, and I hate you. I hate you. Ugh. You know, you say you've got an idiot-proof stuff, and they're talking about villagers. When they say idiot, that's who they mean. Now we have two best friends down here. You are both so dumb. Okay. Third time's the charm, right? Oh, wow. That was nearly the end right there. This is what you're all doing to me, you villagers, nearly making me lose my hardcore world. Come on, it's almost morning. This is such a pain. Stop spawning. Oh, finally. It only took all night long. Oh man, I need a massage or something. This isn't a mob farm. You don't need to be in there. Okay, so I think the raid farm is done, but before I try it, I do want to try a raid, even if it's just a level 1 raid, without using the farm. So I need to clean up my inventory and just make sure I'm all healed up and have the right amount of carrots and everything. And I have a confession to make before I actually go and start a raid. I have never done a raid before. And I know that sounds crazy, but it just never came up, never tried it. This will actually be the first raid that I go and try. Okay, so in order to start a raid, we need to come over to this pillager outpost and take out a standard bearer, which is very embarrassing by Roman standards. If they lose one of their standard bearers, I mean, that's basically like pantsing someone. Where is everybody? There you are. Okay, you're not what I'm looking for, but you're gonna have to do for the first kill. Yeah, what you got? Oh, you're what I'm looking for. Hey, bud. Alright, voluntary exile. That's what we wanted. Now, if we head back over to where the raid farm is, but just stop at the village, I think that'll start a raid, and we can take it on. Got the bad omen. I'm scared. Are we going to be able to do this? Is it going to work? I'm sorry, farmer. We're bringing some baddies your way. Okay, where are they going to come out? We should actually probably get to high ground. It's over, pillagers. I have the high ground. Okay, where are they? Oh, I see some. So here's my strategy. I'm going to stand on a house and take out as many as I can before I have to jump down and do some damage. Oh no, that citizen is in dire trouble. In need of aid. Alright, I abandoned my idea to stay on the roof. Oh man, this is going well. They're shooting each other. Hey bud. Alright, is a level 1 raid just super easy? Is this it? Oh, okay, no. There's more waves, apparently, that are gonna be coming. I think this is my only dude over here. Why don't you stay in there? Block him in. Maybe you'll be safe, maybe you won't, I don't know. Oh, okay, they got stuck over there. Looks like it's shooting practice. Target practice? Shooting practice? I don't know. So you're all just gonna float in the water and let me take you out. That's how this is gonna work. Do I even need a raid farm? You guys are not smart. Oh, coming from the other direction. Oh no, it's one of the big boys. I do not want to fight you head on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this really isn't that bad. I was like working myself up, getting all scared. This isn't terrible. It's not over yet, but it's really not bad. Going from this way again. Gonna get stuck. I cannot find him. I hear somebody grunting, but I don't see him anywhere. Oh, there you are. I have a feeling this would have been harder if they spawned in better places. Because this is like a fish in a barrel situation. Well, it keeps going though. There's more waves than I thought there would be. Ooh, I got a Totem of Undying! Didn't even know I hit one of those guys. What are they, Vindicators that dropped those? I did not even see one, and I picked one up. Ooh, that's another one. I think I just got one. None can defeat mighty Caesar. Ooh, that's a lot of boys. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to get scared now. Ooh! I am running away. Don't like these things, don't like them. Whoa, they do a lot of damage. I take it back. I take back what I said about this being easy. Oh man. Oh man. I think I got the Vexes. Is that what they're called? I hate this. Okay, maybe easier to shoot them with arrows. Oh man, look how many there are. I do not like Vexes. I've come to that conclusion. Don't know how to fight these things. They backed off for a second, but I don't know what to do. If I get close, they're just gonna come back. Look at all of them. Where are these spawning from? One of those guys over there. I think I see him. Are there two of them? I think I got one. Need them to stop spawning. I don't want to mess with you either. No, thank you. Whew. Was that the last one? Did I get him? Oh my gosh. Woo! That was a level 1 raid? Wow. I do not like that. I am using the farm until we have netherite or something. I am losing my mind. I am running home. Yeah, I gotta just go sort this stuff and like take a breather. That was intense. Like I said, that was my first raid, so maybe that was normal, but it did not feel normal to me. That was very scary. And now we have our very own chest for Totems of Undying. And we can finally hold one. Looking good. So I was really shook by that experience, actually. We do need to go back and test the raid farm, but I need like a minute to recover. I think that took a few years off of my life, and I don't need to do it immediately now that we are back to the base. So I have a couple things in mind before we do that. One is I want to check on the villagers, and two, I realized now that we did some cleanup at the base and we have the Hero of the Village buff, I was going to trade with the Stick Boys over there, but we actually don't have a bamboo farm. So I was wondering if that would be a good use of space for this area over here that is currently bare. So we may do that and then go back and test out the raid farm. So to start off with, let's be a little creepy and look through the window. Okay. One of them is stylish and the others aren't. That's all right. You two have been doing good work, if you could call it work. And we can have a total of 6 in here. They're at 5. So really, I mean, there's one left. Okay, nighty-night time, huh? Guess I was in that raid a little longer than I thought, but okay. I mean, they really only have one more to go, and then we're going to be fully stocked in here unless we wanted to add more beds, so I think that's all right. Also, now that it's night, I'm realizing that this is really not lit up that much, so let's work on that a little bit. Okay, feeling a bit better about that. More lit up. We might have to do a little bit around the perimeter, but I'm thinking that looks okay. Maybe not. I see a creeper there. Okay. Let's temporarily do this. I don't think it's a permanent solution, but it's something. It's a new day and the shock and fear of an army of pillagers. Something happened here. Anyway, the shock and fear is wearing off and I'm ready to add the bamboo spot to my base. And I kind of want to do something cool with this. Okay, I think I have an idea. We're going back to making circles. Okay, so I use a circle generator. I thought that was going to be big enough. It is not big enough. I need to go bigger. Oh, I love doing this. Okay, I will grant you, it's not the most practical bamboo farm in the world, but I really like it. It has the little pond in the middle of it, maybe a place where we can keep some fish if we caught any. It has enough. I mean, there's a lot here, and honestly, the part of my life where I'm just collecting sticks for emeralds is kind of over. I have what I need. I have plenty of emeralds. So for my purposes, I think this works, and I bet it looks nice if we were to go up there and take a look at it. And speaking of, look at that. I think it adds a nice touch. I think that's very lovely. So now if we need it, if we need to top up on sticks, we've got that available, and it adds a nice touch to the base. I think it works very well for our purposes. We should do a couple trades before that buff wears off, and I could use more golden carrots, so that's probably where we're going to start. I had a few in the chest, but we may as well top off. Top up? Top off? What's that phrase? There we go, 28 emeralds from a couple trades. That's going to give us plenty. There we go. By the way, I didn't mention, but I did end up making an emerald chest. Just because, you know, we're kind of rich, you know, we're definitely in the senatorial rank based on our wealth, so I did want to make a chest that's solely for emeralds. You know, the regular loot chest just wasn't doing it for me anymore, so, you know, not to brag or anything, but we kind of need a whole double chest just for emeralds. We're actually getting low on the produce that we'll typically trade, so I'm going to go through and clear everything out just to make sure there's a stash available in there. Not to mention I want to make a little bit more bone meal because I do want to do a couple other things to the base just to add a bit of detail, and we're going to need bone meal for that. Yes, I'm still using a pickaxe to get the watermelons, don't hate me. Fully grown crops. It's so much different than early game when I'm just standing by the farms waiting for them to grow. Now I forget for 20 days or so and I come back and everything is just fully grown. I'm not forgetting to replant this time. Okay, so I have a legitimate question. What is the point of poisonous potatoes? Because I figure there's gotta be a point. I get them every time I harvest. I throw them in the chest. I've got like 16 at this point. Is there something you can use those for? Because I actually don't know. Yeah, let me know in the comments about those poisonous potatoes. I'd love to, you know, for them to have a purpose, but yeah, do not know. Kind of like an old Roman general, you know, went off to battle, did a raid, fought a bunch of pillagers, and now all I want is to be home, tilling a farm, working the land, little peace and quiet. Now that's what a hard day's work looks like. Alright, it's morning, and we need to test the raid farm.
If all goes well, we should still have time to come back and use the bone meal after it's done kind of processing over there on the couple things I had in mind. And yes, I'm scared, of course. Of course I'm scared, but I'm drawing strength from the Roman Republic. And from you, citizen. Wait, what do you mean you're scared too? It's the same drill as before. We're going to go back to that pillager tower and take out one of the guys carrying a standard. And again, we're only going to do a level 1 just because this is a test. In the future, maybe we come back and we try a level 3 or a level 5 or something. But for the time being, I'm still kind of terrified. My pants are still a little wet and I'm only doing a level 1. Let's see. Okay, they really don't have any loot I'm interested in. Way to go, pillagers. Any day now. Ooh, there he is. Okay. Oh, I am so scared. You know what? I just thought of something. Maybe I should have moved that one villager that was left in the actual village before we did this, but I don't know. Maybe I just fly around, give it a wide berth, and hit the farm? Ooh, okay. We'll do what we can. See if we can avoid triggering the raid at the actual village. Okay, so there's the village. The raid farm is behind it. Let's go this way. Let's try to go all the way around it. We'll take the long way around. Okay, I think, yep, there it is. I think we're good. All right, should be starting any second. I hope this works, by the way. I didn't, test it. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, it did. Okay, it's starting. So we just need to be ready to jump down the trapdoors because ideally they're all going to attack this old boy that's hiding up there, fall in here into my hole. I can take him out from there, and the big old dog-looking dudes are going to get taken out by the lava. So let's see if it works. Here they come. Okay, we're going down. I really hope this works. Oh, it's my favorite people in the whole entire world. I'm so glad you're here. Ooh, they're already falling down. And I don't know if I explained this, but the whole point down here is that there's such a small gap where you can see them that even if the Vindicators or whatever fall down here, they shouldn't be able to spawn Vex. And that's what really gave us a problem last time. So we just take them out by hitting them through this small gap, and that's how we finish the raid. Oh, and by the way, the bell is because apparently it lets you see enemies through walls, and the villagers are hitting it, so they know somebody's coming. We'll try that this round, see if hitting the bell lets us see them through walls. Ooh, it does. Look at that. I'm looking up. I can see everybody. That's pretty cool. This is so cool. I'm so glad this is working. This is incredible. We keep getting that one that hides in the corner, and we have to try to get with the bow. I know, you're so excited that the raid farm is working. I am too. So I grant you, I wasn't scared at the beginning of the last raid either, and I'm not now, but this seems easier? Ooh, that's a lot. It's been a few waves and I haven't gotten any totems yet. I hope that is still a possibility, because, I mean, yeah, this is great, but I kind of think totems are the end game, right? Ooh, I think I just saw one. Yes! Okay, this could be a problem. I think somebody's stuck up there, because nobody's falling, and I don't see anyone. I think we're gonna have to go up, and that scares me. But with Mighty Pot Shot, we are invincible. Hello? Anybody left up here? Okay, somebody must have gotten stuck somewhere, because I don't see anyone. If I was a pillager, where would I hide? Ooh! You were stuck in the village! Okay. They're starting the next wave, we gotta get back! I do not want to be up here for the next wave. Of course they spawned by my entrance. No! Oh no, they spawned Vexes! Alright, we might have some trouble down here, guys. Yep. One of them is in here! Ooh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Okay, that was way too close. I think the only one still left alive down there is the one spawning the Vexes. Unfortunately, I think our villager friends down there are probably done for. But we survived, and that's what's most important. Okay, I was getting slaughtered down there, and I don't know the best course of action. I guess go back down and try to take out the one doing the spawns? Whew, okay, let's do this. Where are you going? Okay. Woo! I think we did it. I think we got him. On to the next wave. Let's not let any of those spawn again, because I think the problem was us going up there. However, okay, we got one villager left. He's waiting up there. I did not know they could climb ladders, but that is good to know. Again? It's supposed to stop you from spawning those. Alright, we're not dealing with this. I'm gonna sit here, take out the Vex. Oh! That didn't work either. We are in emergency territory. We need to get out of here. Move it! Go for the villager! I wish there was a way to hit them from here, because every time I go back down there, I start getting decimated. How are they able to continue spawning? I thought that was the point, is that they can't. Okay. We can do this. Okay. This is not good. This is not good. Come on, 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 come on. No! I hate this, I hate this. Okay, so clearly still some kinks to work out. We have to go down and clear those last couple out. I say we go down, grab the totem that was in the chest for safety, and try to take them out. Alright, get it, get it, get it. Okay. Now I guess we try to go up? I don't know what to do. Every time we go down there, I get creamed. There we go. Okay, they're done. That was terrifying, once again. Pretty sure our buddies down here are, you know, they've been creamed for like a while. Was it worth it? I don't know. I think the takeaway here is that we have several Totems of Undying, and I don't think I want to try this again anytime soon. At least until I'm like super buffed and have a ton of, until I have a ton of potions and netherite armor and just a bunch of stuff. I don't want to try that again. I will say the farm kind of works. Like, it works. It does what it's supposed to. It's just that it's very dangerous to do it. Okay, so 5 on backup plus the one I'm holding. Not bad, but I think we're good for a while. I think I finally recovered from the raid. I've been able to stop crying, and I've emerged from my blanket fort. Now that we have a semblance of composure, there are a couple other things I did want to take care of around the base before we finish up the 100 days. Part of that comes from the bone meal that we were making earlier. That's just for little areas like this. If it's somewhere I'm not going to be running through and it's just kind of a detail spot, I do want to add a little touch of color. Or even with the grass, not necessarily color, but, you know, depth and little something extra. Let's do the same thing on the other side. And maybe over by the bamboo farm as well. No flowers over here, though. There's a couple. Yeah, see what I mean? It just makes it look a little bit more natural, a little bit more, I don't know, it's just, you can really get overloaded if it's just all flat grass like this, so I think it adds a bit of depth that helps out. I also don't want to overdo it. It's a strange balance. Another thing is that the little tiny pond that we made in the center of the bamboo farm, it's looking awful lonely. This is pretty boring, and I don't plan to do anything like a fountain or anything like that, so I think the way to go here is to go grab us some fish and transplant them in here. Who wants to join our merry base? Hello. Oh, that was a pufferfish. I did not realize that. Fantastic. Okay, I don't really actually want that, but I don't want to let it go either, so let's try again. Okay, tropical fish, that's better. There you go, friend. Ooh, a purple one. Couple happy new citizens of the Legion. I must have more. Ooh, that's another pufferfish. Don't want that. EU. I think this should be good. I don't necessarily want them to be too overcrowded in there. There we go. All unique, all very nice looking. I think that's a nice touch. Another thing that I kind of mentioned offhand but never did anything about was this tree farm. It worked early on, but it's a pretty awkward place, to be honest, so I think what I'm going to do is chop all these down and remove what I have here. Then instead of this, I think we'll use it as a dock for the boats that we have. So let's get to chopping, choppy boy. I will have to find a new spot for a tree farm, but I don't necessarily need any immediately, especially since this is going to give us a ton, so I'm not too worried about that right away. Okay, that does it for the trees. Now we just have to remove the flooring that I had in here. There's actually quite a lot of this. This has taken me some time. It took me all day to clear that out. I did not think it would take that long. And now we need to get rid of this gross stuff right here and replace it. Also, before we start, I need to go back to the base and get organized. I have way too full an inventory. I'm going up top because I have a thought. Is that the best place for a dock or a harbor? Because everything kind of leads out of this central area. I know that one leads to the nether portal, but does that need to be there? Or should I clear out this sand, put one there? Decisions. I think it's already a little too busy over here. There's too much going on already. I think I am going to actually build it over on this side. Yeah, that seems to make more sense to me. I'm going to use the open area here, and that's where I'll build it. Now, what should this even look like? Start by just marking out the space. Thinking something like this, with a couple areas that are leading out into the water, but one level is lower than it is at the base, and then we could sort of add some details up here once we finish bringing these out a little bit. Repurposing all that wood that we just pulled up from this exact same area. Following the theme of clearing something out and then putting it right back down, or the opposite, filling something in and taking it back out. No, this is my dock, not yours. And for detail, my favorite. Please don't burn it down, thank you. I just love the way this looks as sort of a detail to, honestly, really anything that you're building. Lovely rainy day to be building. Light the place up. Then, of course, add the boats. Little variety here. Oh, okay, I mean, I really didn't put that there for you. This is the worst attempt of Grand Theft boat that I've ever seen. Not only am I standing right here, but there's another boat in front of you. There is nowhere you can go. Ooh, I was just about to leave him here and go to bed for the night, but I wonder if in the morning, if he catches on fire, is he going to burn this whole thing down? So, bad news for you, buddy. In fact, I've got this glowstone on me. Why don't we light it up a little bit down here so they don't spawn quite so often? Because it's getting a little old, and I already found a trident in the first 100 days. Oh, hey. You were very quiet, sneaky boy. Just keep spawning. Alright, that should help a little bit, plus it looks pretty cool. Yeah, now standing over here, I like it. I think it's a nice little quaint dock. I have another idea of something that we can do to add detail into the base. I'm gonna need a few emeralds. In case you didn't notice, I'm kind of focusing on adding detail to the base. We're getting really close to the end of these 100 days, and I want to make sure that by the time we're finished, I've got something that I'm really happy with and complete as far as the base goes. Should make a really nice side-by-side from 100 days to 200. And this is kind of a way, you know, a not-so-subtle flex on our wealth and all of the trades that we've done with the plebs over there. But in a couple places, I do want to add emerald blocks as a part of the design. Look at all of you. Been busy, huh? So where to put these? Maybe right here? I think I like that. Very nice. Basically saying, oh yeah, emeralds? You need some of those to trade? No, I made them into blocks. I just use them for part of my design. I've got some to spare. How about over here? Be just a part of the entrance. Couple more leading in. I don't like how that connects. Couple down on this side. It's kind of unbalanced. Something like that. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. That's not bad. Kind of just being liberal with the glowstone now. And speaking of, I'm going to continue doing that. Ooh. Oh. Okay, I'm dumb. I mean, maybe not. You probably think the same thing. If you're looking over my shoulder right now, what does that look like? Looks like a bee's nest, right? That's what I thought too. I looked over there and went, ooh, somehow a bee's nest spawned. And then I realized I actually just put a wood plank down over there so I could hang the lantern from the tree. So, yeah, not a bee's nest. Beehive, bee's nest, whatever. Let's start by going around and maybe replacing a couple of these with glowstone as a start. Eventually, I don't want torches all over the ground. I think that's the kind of last thing that makes it look a little I don't know, a little bit like we're plebs, so if I can get rid of that and not have to worry about spawns, I think that would be very nice. Yeah, that is looking better, and there's actually a good comparison. If you start to look at the changes here, now that I've got glowstone in the ground instead of the torches, that versus this over here, and you can tell the difference. That's not great. I'm going to have to go through and do the same thing, but I don't know that I have enough glowstone. So for the time being, the main base area is looking a lot better, so I'm enjoying that, that effect. Ooh, I actually have more. All right, citizen, you've convinced me. Since we found more glowstone, we're going to do the same thing over here. Need to get rid of all the torches and then light up the ground. All right, I was just about to start and it's raining yet again. I mean, am I crazy? It seems like it's raining a lot these 100 days, doesn't it? It's driving me crazy. It's okay, whatever. We can work with this. So I'm thinking I want to do one about every 10 blocks. So why don't we start right about here? And actually, side benefit of doing this, we still have this empty area underneath, which we did already light up, but it's kind of the whole thing here. It's nice because not only is this glowstone going to light it up at the top up here, but it's also going to do that for the underground area, just in case we missed anything. So, nice side benefit. Well, let's count it out. One every 10 blocks. There we go. So, we'll do this to the whole area, and then tonight I'll do a test to see if anything is spawning. This should keep mobs from spawning on this large flat area here, but we're going to find out. Another thing I'm noticing, and this is kind of funny, if we step over here, no rain, and you can see the grass changes a little bit. We're just in a different biome, but if I step back over here, there's rain. So even though it's cloudy pretty much everywhere, I can step in and out of the rain. There we go, all done. So we can check if any mobs spawn, but I think we're going to be good. We seem to be in good shape because it's nighttime now. Hard to tell because it's still raining, but I am not seeing anything spawn over here, and I'm not noticing anything over here either. I put down a couple extra lanterns. A couple. I put lanterns all the way around the interior of this, and I'm checking where we replaced some of the floor or the dirt with glowstone. That's good. We're finally not going to have to wake up every morning and clear mobs out of here. This area seems a little dark. Let's do this. Okay, I think that's better. One other thing that I did just think of, and two reasons for this really, making a brewing stand. Currently, all of our house plebs are kind of useless. They're basically decorations at this point. And aside from that, I do typically like to have a, let's call him a Pontifex Maximus, but, you know, a cleric, so that we can do trades for rotten flesh, and eventually I think also ender pearls and those XP bottles O enchanting, whatever they're called. I'm gonna trade up this guy. Curious though what else he has available. Okay, I guess we're switching. Okay, that might be it. Is that all you offer? Okay, so I knew this is what I was gonna do. I should have thought of this. I need to actually bring some emeralds and rotten flesh over there. Probably a chest as well, so we can store things over on that side. A decent amount here, but we may as well go clear out the mob farm as well. Not as much as I thought there would be. Oh well, doesn't really matter. It will be enough. Brought some goodies. Gonna lock you in. Ooh, I did not know they sold glowstone. That's awesome. Yes, please, give me a bunch of that. You're my new favorite friend. Okay, what you got for me? Nice. That is very cool. These are going to come in handy. Okay, so now we kind of hide a chest back here. Our handy dandy cleric items. Yeah, I did not know he was going to offer glowstone. That is going to be so helpful as we continue to use that. No more trips to the nether trying to collect a bunch and then come back. I'm looking at this and it's a bit of an awkward position where they are now. Yeah, I don't know, not that much different, but I like it better now that they're actually attached to the barn rather than just out in the middle of nowhere for no reason at all, really. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what I should name these two. Whatever gets the most likes, or, you know, I just happen to think are really good names for these two, I will name them in my next 100 days. I never really see it happening, but these iron golems are taking a beating. Look at them. And I mean, technically, I have just a ton of iron sitting over there at the farm. I could heal them all up, but where's the fun in that? It's not like they're paying me rent or anything. I have some bad news, citizen. It's day 199, and our journey is almost at an end. With that in mind, I kind of want to take a look around and look at everything that we accomplished in these 100 days and maybe hint at a couple things that are going to be coming in the next 100 days. If you think back to when we started, I mean, this whole area was entirely different. There were various levels. There was still a row of villager stalls right in the middle in an awkward space where all of them were cramped up together. The villager breeder was here. Everything has entirely changed. We now have this beautiful area connected to the house where the villagers have a lot more room. It's all set up in a much better presentation, and I really like the look of this entire thing. And of course, rather than that plus sign in the middle of the base where the villagers used to be, they have a wonderful Airbnb where they can stay with their apparent friend that I did not invite in here, but now he just stands around offering everybody a flower. But that's okay, I'm not going to call the HOA. In any event, they have a much better place to stay, and they're all incredibly happy about that. And of course, just in case we do need more sticks for additional trades, we've got the bamboo farm here at the ready with a lovely collection of fish for my own personal aquarium. Looking at this, actually, you know, in the next 100 days, we're going to have to find some axolotl to put in here because, don't get me wrong, you guys are great, but I do want some axolotl as well. Of course, we have the whole compass courtyard available here as the nice centerpiece to the entire base, complete with the basalt pathways that you were absolutely convinced I would not find a use for, and the initial 2 water elevators leading down to and up from my mine. It is a bit strange just having the 2 here. I will find a reason to add a couple more in this area so that we actually have some going up. I think that's something that's going to be a project for the next 100 days. But since I'm looking at them, I do want to, you know, actually take a ride in these. And I'm looking at the wrong one, I think. This is the one down, so... And here comes the pain. Ow. That's okay. I don't think it actually hurts me that much when I hit it. Since we're down here, I'll point out I did open this area up a bit more. I think there's an opportunity to do something down here in the next 100 days. Potentially an area to fight the Wither. I don't know if I want to do that here or in the end, but that's a thought. Something we could do here is open it up a little bit and use it for something. Anyway, though, the other side does bring us back up. Take the expedited route, and we emerge right where we started. So beautiful way to get up and down to bedrock. I really didn't change much about the barn in this 100 days, unless you are a very keen-eyed observer, and you might have noticed that this back part of the roof was not there when we started. I don't think I was recording when I did that, but I noticed that we really only had this front part. It was just wide open back there, so I did add this little last portion that we missed in the first 100 days. You might also notice that these 2 pens are empty. So that's something else we need to do. We do need to get pigs and chickens to sort of complete our collection. Maybe even horses, who knows? One of the only things we actually didn't totally remove or move to some other place was the farms, and I don't know that I need to. That could be a possibility in the next 100 days, actually creating a larger farm area and putting this somewhere else, but it kind of works for where it is right now, actually. And then, of course, we didn't change our house. It's perfect the way it is. The only thing that we might do in the next 100 days is add on to it, particularly, if you can see through there, the bit that goes underneath the mountain or under the hill. May add a little bit more there. And, of course, you have my pride and joy, the Iron Farm, where we have 3 villagers that are continuously scared by a zombie to spawn in iron golems up top, which then bathe in melted cheese so that they can be coaxed into giving me their iron. Which is very nice of them. See, there's a good Samaritan right there. Another thing you might have noticed is that, yes, I do look very sharp. I've got my beautiful enchanted diamond armor completely covering me, but I'm kind of a big shot now, and I've outgrown the diamond armor a little bit. So in the next 100 days, we're most likely going to be doing an upgrade to netherite. And finally, before we lose the light, I did make a small dock to keep our boats here in case we need to go on any seafaring adventures. But this is where the tree farm was, and I'm sure you remember this is something I changed recently, but I like the detail here. I think it's very nice having the campfires kind of built into this area, as well as the lanterns. This is something really nice if we did go out in the boat and then come back. It's kind of like a little mini lighthouse where it lights the way back home. Very poetic, I know. It's about to get dark, and I'm sure some spooky, scary skeletons are going to be coming out, so tomorrow I just want to take a trip out to look at the other farms that we've built in these 100 days, and then we can wrap up. Our adventure is going to be done, at least for now. This is it, day 200. You know, I'm starting to get a little worked up. I'm okay. So first off, let's go take a look at the beautiful creeper farm that we put together. We can also see if our friend out here is still somehow inexplicably alive. You've got to be kidding me. How are you still here? Maybe, I don't know, who knows? Maybe this trio here is going to be around all through the next video as well. But anyway, here's the creeper farm. I think this is potentially my favorite. I really like this one. Just the simplicity. Just looks like just a short cylinder out here in the middle of the ocean, where if you stand on top and you listen real closely, you can hear the sounds of snowballs hitting creepers in the face. They just, you know, they enjoy that. They enjoy their snowball fights. And then up top, an AFK platform, so if we need to, we can collect more gunpowder there. But again, I just really like the simplicity of this. It works really well. I don't remember exactly how much, but it was something like maybe 6 to 8 stacks of gunpowder that we got out of this just from maybe 10 minutes of AFKing. And it's just such a cool idea. I really like this build. I don't remember if I mentioned it at all, but there were a couple farms that we didn't get to in these 100 days, so that's probably going to be for the next one. But for example, I think a good one would be an XP farm, so maybe something with the Enderman, if we were to go back to the end. So that's a potential one for the next video. The one that we did do last was the raid farm, and yes, I'm still scarred from that experience. Actually never went to it from this angle, so I think it's this way, over here, past the sunken ship. Yeah, there it is. So pretty simple, you know, the way this one's put together, but it's kind of near a pillager outpost that's over this way, right next to a village. Really all we had to do was flatten this area out, make a big old hole in the ground with some lava so that it can take on some of the bigger enemies, and then a chute dropping down into the ground where supposedly you'd be able to safely attack all of the enemies that fell in. Of course, it didn't work out that way for us. In fact, we had to use up a couple of the totems, or at least one, I don't remember, from the spoils here, because the Vex would not stop spawning and kept just absolutely destroying me. So I'm not interested in using this anytime soon, but maybe when we get some netherite armor and bring some potions, I'll give this another shot at a higher level of raid. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good recap of what we've been able to do in these 100 days, and I'm very pleased with all that we've accomplished. The base is pretty much, you know, completely overhauled and looks fantastic. We also have plenty of farms for things that we might want to do in the future, and there's still so much left to do in future videos, so I'm, again, very happy with how this went. I really enjoyed the whole experience. I hope you had a lot of fun watching it as well. I know the format was a bit different, and it's probably longer than my first video, so again, I hope you liked the changes and were able to enjoy the whole thing. But leave me a comment. I really like hearing from all of you, so if you want to let me know what you liked, what could be a little bit different, feel free to leave me a comment. I try to respond to all of those, but again, I really do appreciate all the feedback. I know, I'm sad it's the end too, but don't worry, we're going to be back. Really, there's only one thing left to do, and we're going to make this a tradition for the end of each 100-day video. We get to look out over our beautiful base and watch the sunset on the 100th day of this video. That's how I survived 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore. I had a lot of fun working on all the various projects these 100 days. There's still plenty to do in this world, so the series will continue. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when the next video comes out. I very much hope you enjoyed these 100 days, and if you stayed here all the way to the end, I am impressed. You have my respect, citizen. I'll see you all next time, and remember, we are Legion.